Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you. Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. We all know you need the right tools for the job, so here at Jewellery Maker we have designed a kit to make sure you have all the essentials to join in with the fun. With round nose, flat nose and wire cutter pliers, as well as a reamer, tweezers and a bead scoop, you've got everything you need in one place for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. for our Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Hello, very good afternoon to you. My name is Fee and it is lovely to be with you here. Thank you to the gorgeous, she's so Debbie Bulford, and the fabulous Jenny. Now, we have a brand new designer with us today. It's her first day, so let's be kind. I'm going to be very kind and gentle with her. She's gorgeous. We haven't had much time to chat. You know, it's all been go. And you're on. It is the lovely Teresa. Good afternoon, my darling, and welcome to the Jewellery Maker team.
Thank you.
We will be gentle, we will be. So this is a great opportunity to see what Teresa's made. Obviously, we've got the luxury of spending 4 hours together looking at what has to be said, absolutely amazing designs. Let me just let you feast your eyes on some of the techniques that Teresa will be taking us through this afternoon. For instance, we have this fantastic antique bronze findings and wire. Look at those for designs. I mean, Downton Abbey, eat your heart out. How fantastic. So you want to know how to make these gorgeous designs, you have to stay tuned. There is another designer inspiration bundle that Teresa's been working with, and oh my word, you're going to want this as soon as you see it. You're going to want to make it. We have, just look at this, the water lily and ice designer kits. Look at that water lily. Oh, isn't that beautiful? And the ring is in a similar vein, and then we've got the bracelet and the earrings, almost like a seahorse design. Just stunning. So if they take your fancy and you're thinking, oh, I'm feeling inspired, my mojo has been found, then please stay watching, because this is exactly what we'll be working through this afternoon with our designer Teresa. So and also Teresa gets the option this afternoon as well to decide, the designer decides. Now, because of the loop, one of our best-selling kits here we've ever had in Jewellery Maker over the last 3 years, we've got a hematite section. So I've asked Teresa to choose, when we get to it, from the hematite section, and then she'll have about 2 hours or so, 2.5 maybe hours, to actually work on a design then, or designs for the end of the show. How far have you travelled today, darling? Where have you come from? Where's your neck of the woods?
I live in Southampton.
In Southampton?
Yeah.
My word, did you get up the crack of dawn this morning?
No, it's quite reasonable actually, quite a sociable hour, yeah.
Oh, well, you're very refreshed, and welcome to the team, and I can't wait to get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the actual bundle that Teresa was working with. I've got the fantastic wire work as well, because Teresa's speciality is wire work and beading. And don't forget my star by this afternoon. I know, you're gonna want it. It looks like the gorgeous tinsel on the Christmas tree. Not one, but 2 of my chain in the silver and the gold. Wow, wee wow, look at that. How gorgeous. And we have got a fabulous offer if you buy both of those together. I'm talking about 75% off. So that is the star buy, but get in early at about 4:45, because they will fly out. I don't have enough to go round. So just to keep the juices, the creative juices flowing. Now, I'm just going to put this to the side, because what we're going to work on, and we've also got our top 10 as well as our hematite metallic magic, and some brand new bundles. Now, this was what we gave Teresa, obviously, and she's going to take us through her inspired designs. We're going to stick to the ice white, the aquatic. I've got a lovely aquatic theme later on as well. That a lot of gems will look beautiful. So this is our designer inspiration with the ice wire collection and the ice lily. So gem-wise, couldn't have ice without crackle quartz. So we gave Teresa these amazing, this is what the ring is, if you have a little look. These beautiful crackle white quartzes, and for that gorgeous ring, she's just used one. If you want to know how to do that wire wrapping, stay tuned, because these are my clear crackle quartzes, 10mm rounds, 250 carats. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Look at that bracelet to match. Yeah, with just a little accent of ice white wire there, silver wire. Gorgeous, isn't it? So they were the gems. Then we also gave Teresa, with the ice white, you need the blue. And these are exquisite droplets. These are 65 carats of clear ice blue aquamarine drops, graduated from 7x4 to 15x10 in a 16cm Gems of Distinction strand. We also gave Teresa, and this is where the seahorse earrings, let me just show you these, because I'm in love with Teresa's designs. You may be going home to Southampton a little bit lighter today. There won't be as much to carry. Do you know what I mean? Because these are beautiful. Look at the 8 carats of the 2mm that she's beautifully wire wrapped around. They'll just remind me of seahorses. I'm sure she won't mind me saying that. Isn't that exquisite? Beautiful. And there's labradorites. Can you see the sparkle on them? And then we also gave Teresa these pre-nights and faceted bicones. And this is 6x5mm, 70 carats. It's a lovely apple green, a light apple green colour. There's a wonderful illuminating light that dances within the gem itself because of the bicone cut. Then, obviously, that was our ice lily gem collection, but Teresa needed the wire as well, because obviously she's finally wire wrapped. She's created the cage of the water lily, the cage of the actual ring itself, and wire wrap pre-nights around the bracelet, as well as the labradorites around the earrings. So we had to give Teresa some different gauges to work with. So we gave her 100 meters of the 1mm thick silver plated coloured copper wire, actually 1mm thick gauge. So this is the basis for the design, the contours, the giving it shape, giving it the flow, giving it the fluidity. 100 meters there, the silver plated coloured wire there. And then we also gave Teresa, this is my wire bundle, the 0.6, 10 meters of the 0.6. So this is my second bundle. The bundle we've got on the screen at the moment is the gemstones. Is that right, Philip? Yeah, so MMG C83. I haven't brought you a price for the gemstones yet, but I'm just taking you through all the components, and then we'll bring you the price for the wire bundle as well. And then, of course, for the finer, to thread through the 2mm labradorites, we had the 0.4. So that will go through the 2mm, and that's what Teresa used to wrap around the actual thicker wire there. So you've got 100 meters of the 0.4 there as well. 0.4, 0.6 and 1, which 210 meters in total. So we'll get a code up for that as well in a moment. It's a great deal we're going to give you. Let's give you the price for the gemstones alone. They're absolutely stunning. Did you enjoy working with the gemstones, Teresa? Did you enjoy the look of what we'd chosen for you?
Yes, I did. I'd originally kind of thought about the lily itself
from the name
Ice Lily. Just kind of the idea of the lily. And then when I got the gemstones, I did actually change the design a bit, because I just wanted to make sure that all of the gemstones kind of fitted in there.
Yeah.
And particularly the drops, I just thought they were beautiful. And then it kind of worked as sort of raindrops kind of coming off of the stamens, really.
And you said yourself, sometimes you just need to be, you might have an idea when you know the name of the gems, but when you see the gems, they speak to you, and sometimes the ideas come later, you said this morning, didn't you?
Yeah.
Gorgeous. So inspired both by the name, but also then the ideas slightly changed when actually, you know, you physically got to work with the gemstones. So this is MMGC83. We will be taking you through the design. Teresa is going to show us how to do the water lily in the stages. It takes a few hours, don't get me wrong, but by seeing the stages, we'll be able to recreate this, and we will get it on our Facebook as well if there's any questions. Text us into 60777 as well. I'll get that up after we've brought the price in for you. $24.95, and those aquamarine beryls, you know, that was a big carat weight. Was it 65 carats? I'm just trying to remember now. just amazing. Quality prehnite, aquamarine, 65 carats of the aquamarine, 8 carats of the labradorite, 250 of the crackle, and then 70 of the prehnite. So that's 310, 375, 383 carats. But it's the quality of those gemstones I'm showing you, because for that aquamarine strand, I'd easily pay the $24.95. And you look at the 3 designs with the wire bundle, the 4 designs that Teresa's made. I mean, that necklace itself, to me, I'd gladly pay $24.95 and more, because obviously we've got to factor in the time that it took Teresa, but that is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to bring the wire on the bottom of the screen as well. So that's your 1mm, your 0.6 and your 0.4. You've got 100 of the 1mm, 100 of the 0.4, 10 of the 0.6. So that's on the bottom of the screen, and that is MBGC77. MBGC77, and that wire bundle is coming in at $34.95. Should have originally been £46.35, so well over, it's a good £11 plus saving there, £46.35. So we've got £11 plus. So with these 2 bundles together, we can make everything. And I dare say you had stuff left over, didn't you, Teresa?
Oh,
you know, obviously the wire, definitely.
Yeah, loads left over.
Yeah, and you've used, I'd say, the majority of the gemstones, but I love the fact that that ring alone is just a fraction of that wire, and just that one beautiful gemstone. I mean, that's gorgeous. Gladly paid £15 for that. That's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Do you know what Teresa said to me? She says, oh, and it's not as tidy as I would have liked. I'm like, what? It's absolutely amazing. What are you talking about? I said, you're a hard taskmaster. She's harsh on herself. Right. Do you need anything that I've got to work with while we're demonstrating? Can I bring anything to the table, or have you got everything you need?
I don't think so. Other than the necklace would be handy just to
Yes, I'll bring them all over, so we can keep looking at them. I've got the gin. Oh, and if you need some, just ask us.
Okay.
And we'll supply you, darling, because it gets very thirsty. It gets thirsty in here, my sweet. You know, with the aircon, and I realised we didn't supply you with a drink. I'm not letting go of these. I know you'd like to do it yourself. I'm not letting go of these. All right. Fantastic. So it's the necklace we're going to concentrate on, because that lily, it coincides with the basket on the ring as well. And we'll also talk through the other designs and what gauges you used and how it came about. So, okay, well, take it away, my darling.
Well, I'd probably have to start by fessing up, really. The lily itself, in order to get the shape and keep the shape, it needs to be worked on a form. So what I needed to do was make a cone out of something.
Right.
So nice bit of cardboard, and I didn't bring it in its raw state, thankfully, to show you, but toilet rolls do work quite well to make cones.
Fantastic.
Or any bits of cardboard would be fine. If you wanted anything, if you wanted it to be sort of more wide, coming out wider than that, you'd probably need a flat piece of cardboard to start with to make the cone, but this is about as wide as you can get it with a
I think that's beautiful, to get that lovely cone shape.
So,
beautiful. There you go, bit of toilet roll, fantastic.
now I've admitted to my don't waste anything crafty ways. I shall start off with, there's 3 pieces of wire. You need 6 kind of the staves for the basket weave, and
they are the gauge, because that's my main graphic at the moment. My wire. That's the 3 pieces you've got there are the 1mm.
That's the 1mm wire.
And how long were they about each?
That's about 20 centimetres, I think, 20-25 centimetres. It can be more. You cut it off at the end anyway. What I actually found, because basically you bend them over the form, if it doesn't extend too far out, then you're not catching it on everything. Right. So there's three different bits and 3 kind of tops that you need to do. So I should start with the easiest, well, hopefully the easiest one. And I've got my bail making pliers with me. I use these.
You're like Laura Binding. She loves those.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it is kind of lazy crafting, really, because you always know it's going to be that size. You haven't got to work out where you are on the round nose pliers.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to bend that one round just to get a nice shape at the top, and this one I'm going to use to check the others against. So that's the one that's going to need to kind of go and fit over the cone. Then I need the one that it's going to kind of hook onto, so it needs a loop at the top.
Right, so this is kind of like our little our bail to hook onto.
Yeah, it's kind of the bail of the... I was going to make it as a pendant, and then it's sort of...
Oh, it's exquisite. I love what you've done.
Asymmetric kind of work.
It's exquisite.
So I'm kind of stepping up to, I think it's the third one on that. Always seems to work for me. And the good thing with this as well, you can kind of see if one's longer than the other. You can then kind of get them a little bit... There will be plenty on there to cut off afterwards, so don't worry too much about that. And then I think what I ended up doing, if you cross them completely, and then...
And we do have these this tool, what do we call them again? The bail.
Yeah, I've always known as bail making pliers.
Bail making pliers. They're on our website as well.
Six-step pliers, I think they're referred to as well.
There we go. I never know the other names for them. Do you know what I mean?
And then there's sort of like if I just kind of bend it over the same one again, I should get a similar sort of. Actually, that's wrong. I have done it wrong. Bend that back out again, because what I want to do is start weaving on this one. So if I take my little pliers, once you've got the loop, what you need to do is get these sort of going down kind of parallel, which can be a bit tricky, but I shall do that and take one over here. There we go. And it's better if you can get them sort of so they're more or less parallel, and then if there's a little bit of space in between, that's fine, because that's where the wire will kind of wrap in. Okay. I'll leave that one for a minute because we can start wrapping that before we kind of turn it into the form. And then the final one is the one that's kind of hidden. There's a little loop hidden inside that the stamens kind of hook onto.
I see. So these are hang from in the middle. It's in there. It's in there. Trust me, it's in there.
It's quite a long way away, and I think the idea was to kind of hide it, so you've got the mechanics kind of
discreet,
hidden.
Yes.
So again, I'll use the same one, and this time you can you can pretty much do what you want with it, really. Cross it over a bit, and then what I want to do with that, actually, I'll cross it because it'll make it a bit easier. Is how do I best do this? Just trying to think. Probably did it by hand. Is just then from that, because that's going to be sort of heading that way. Yeah. This one's going to be coming kind of this way, so you actually want this to bend downwards.
And don't forget, you can text us in. If you've got any questions for Teresa or any questions today in general to 60777 to start your message, James Studio, and it's normal network charges apply to 60777. We'd love to hear from you for today.
Right, so that's more or less the same shape. But
it's like the end of a safety pin, actually,
yeah, it does
doesn't it?
A little bit. I mean, you can do it so it's kind of. There's a hole there as well. It doesn't really matter one way or the other. It's all hidden. But then the next kind of bit that needs to sort of happen with that is you need to decide what you're doing for the stamens.
Right.
Now one I did experiment with, and it works really well, is if you put on chain.
Oh, chain, yes.
And then you can have either the chain coming out or link beads coming out.
Well, I've got that lovely chain later on, haven't I? My silver chain offer, so that'd be pretty, yeah?
Yeah.
But you've actually used lovely wire.
Yes, yeah. I mean, the thing is, whatever you do, you kind of have to decide now, unfortunately, because you can't get back on afterwards. So for the stamens, just taken another, I think they're slightly shorter bits of wire than
and it's still the 1 millimetre, is it, darling? Yeah.
I thought I'd kind of stick with something that was sort of fairly solid. And then just to kind of make sure it kind of sits on that one, is just to bend that right the way round the round nose pliers, and that can be as small as you like. And then if you go in there and sort of clamp where you've crossed them, then they can go downwards, and that's all that is.
And that's
so that's
two.
what you've got. So that's 2 of the stamens, so you need to do that another 2 times happily.
Marvellous, here's some you prepared earlier.
Here's one I prepared earlier, yeah. And then if you just kind of gently kind of prise that apart a little bit.
I see.
And then you can kind of just hook those all
Slide them
on around there.
And I'm amazed that actually that gauge 1mm was, you know, that the pre-nights went happily sat over that, didn't they? You were able to thread the pre-nights on.
Yeah. There was a couple that got most of the way through, but I think
might
just
need to get your reamer out, or
just about every single one of them.
Yeah.
So if one doesn't, I just kind of picked another one. There's plenty there, and I've got plenty left. And if you sort of see now, they are kind of sitting a little bit kind of splayed out. So just to kind of give yourself options, is just to persuade them.
A little bit of teasing.
Yeah, because you want to kind of splay them later.
Yes.
But you want to have some control over where they're going. So, so that's that one. And I shall carry on with this one. And this is where you start sort of with your wrapping wire, which is the 0.4.
0.4, lovely.
And I did experiment with how long I could get away with using, because I think in terms of wire working, it's always nice if you could just kind of use one piece. Then you haven't got ends to worry about. But it isn't worth trying. I think there's probably something like 4, maybe 5 metres in there. So I tended to go, and I think that actually worked out as about a metre,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it just saved a lot of hassle. Much more. I think I can just about manage 1.5 metres. But then it starts kinking.
Getting yourself in a tangle, and
you just end up cutting it all off anyway. It's not worth it. So we'll start the bit wrapping. So that's on the first piece. The second piece I did, the bit that's going to be the bail, and I just thought it was really nice just to have a little bit just before you got onto the lily itself. And this is a simple figure of 8. So
so this is the little bit at the top here.
Yeah.
This bit here. Just that little bit of wrapping there we're just about to show you. Yeah, gives a nice finish, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
you've gone through the.
So I went through. Yeah, I'm going to have all my hands in the way. I'm not quite sure how best to kind of show it.
It's
really.
Practice.
I don't know if it sort of works on screen so well.
You do. We'll follow.
Yeah. So so I've kind of gone through just to sort of in the centre of that, just to hook it on. Leave a little bit of a tail because it's easier to hang on to. Yeah. Some of the pieces I do, I know I'm not going to need that again. Some of the pieces I leave longer because you never know when you might want to do something else really. So it goes around one of the prongs and then back up through the middle. Sorry, this is going to sort of wiggle about a bit.
So you're just kind of anchoring it on.
I'm attempting to anchor it on. Yeah, there we go. It's tightened itself up now. So it's sort of gone through. It's gone round the bottom one there, and then you want to go over the top. Oh.
That's why you've got that little bit of length to hold on to, isn't it? Yeah.
Handy if I do actually hang on.
It's live TV. This always happens, so don't you worry.
And then over the top one, and then back through, and then just sort of keep making sure you've got the tension on it. Round the bottom one.
So you're actually like a figure of 8 going around and through and then around.
It is just a simple figure of 8, and I'll do that sort of three wraps on each side, and that should do us fine. And just make sure. I am actually, it is quite naughty, but I do tend to use my nails quite a lot for pushing wire about. So I always seem to have notches in my nails. So so that's the figure of 8 pattern.
Perfect, thank you. Yeah.
Pretty simple. And then once you've gotten to that stage, this is where you know you're going to start sort of coming out. So then this is where you need to again get your bail makers back out, and just it is a bit more difficult because obviously you've started going somewhere. So
I mean, could I just use my round nose if I didn't have any bail makers?
I mean, actually, the newer wire is quite soft anyway.
Yeah.
So and that's not very even. So you probably could get away with doing it by hand, but I always seem to end up with one not quite the same as the other one.
It's like any tool though, isn't it? Until you have it, you don't realise how much you needed it, did you?
Yeah, I mean, it's, as I say, this wire really is very
malleable
soft,
and soft.
it is actually very easy on your fingers now.
So we've opened that out.
So we can just kind of test that against that shape, and you've got something approximating it.
Yeah.
So that's your kind of your three elements, your three sort of sets of prongs, and that is actually probably the most complicated bit to sort out.
Okay.
Then it's just a matter of a lot of wrapping.
Okay.
So we get our cone that we made earlier, and this one goes on first with the stamens, and they want to go through.
Ah, I wonder why there was the hole at the top. I see.
Yeah. And then they're hidden out of the way as well, and you haven't got to worry about them until later.
Yeah.
So they're gone and out of the way, and just make sure they're kind of fairly
We're going to get some round nose pliers on the bottom of the screen there. They're on the screen now, I do believe, at the bottom of the screen. Just the round nose. If you haven't got the bail makers, they're $3.95 as well, because we just. Everything you need is on our website, but you can just ask the call centre as well. XTGX43.
And then we've got
13,
the middle.
Sorry, 13. Sorry, sweetie.
Then we've got the middle one. And that's just going to go straight over.
So you cross that over.
So you can cross that over.
Can you just show the front of that to the camera, darling?
Yeah.
Thank you. Lovely.
And actually, I'll leave that there. And then this one will go over the top of all of it. And then the only fiddly bit, and this is a bit I haven't prepped, so you shall have to cope with me fiddling, I think. The fiddly bit is then just to get that so it's all sitting nicely so we can be wrapping. And all I've used for kind of anchoring them all on is a bit of sellotape, actually. I'm sure masking tape should be good, but I got extremely cheap masking tape and it doesn't stick very well.
Get all better sellotape.
So all I'm going to do, I mean, obviously it's sort of you've got 6 then, so you want it broadly kind of 6.
So you've sort of spaced them all?
Yeah, you want it broadly sort of spaced out.
Right, okay.
6. And I'm going to do that sort of fairly near the top and just kind of anchor them as I go round, and then I can move them as and when they fiddle about.
I'm intrigued. Had you done the lily before, or was this something you sort of experimented with and just sort of trial and error?
Well, yeah, I mean, I experimented with it sort of once before.
Yeah, amazing how you come to the conclusion that this is what I need to do. Do you know what I mean? Well, solving the problems, it's fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of my my crafting tends to sort of be I wonder what will happen if.
Right.
So this was I wonder what will happen if
right,
I try and make a tube. And then what I also do, which just kind of helps keep these out of the way a little bit. Yeah. Sorry.
So we've just sellotaped around the top there, but you can see Teresa's evenly spaced them. And you're going to add some more, are you done?
Yeah, I'm just going to add some at the bottom because, actually I'll just put that on and then I'll show you where it sort of is in relation to the finished piece. Those are getting a bit close. I mean, the good thing with this is with it being kind of further down, once you've started wrapping, if they're not quite in the right place, you can just sort of move them
tweak,
around.
Right,
it's really only the top you've got to get
the
sort of fairly decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I show you in sort of in comparison with this one, you're going to get further down than where the tape is.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
So once you get to a point and you can't sort of wrap any further, you can take that off. It's held at the bottom basically, so it's sort of held twice to start with.
So you've curled your ends up, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I always tend to leave my tails on. This is going to be a little bit in the way. I will cut it off just because it's going to be a bit in the way of showing it. Normally I keep it on just in case usually, so I'll just get rid of that. And then the only thing you've got to decide is which way round you're going to go with the wrapping now.
Okay, which way you prefer to.
Yeah, because what you're going to do is go basically under 1 and over 2 and then under one way and over 2.
Right.
So I should show you it's coming out kind of in a decent place there. So I'll grab the end of the wire.
I can see why you wouldn't want it to be too long.
Yes, it does sort of get a bit fiddly. It soon gets used up, but the start is a bit of a pain otherwise. So I'm going to go under, let's see if I can just turn it a little bit, under that one.
Yeah.
and out this way. Going a bit sort of left-handed there, but yeah. And then keeping the tension on it. Oh, my fingers are going to be in the way. Going over that way. Make sure that's nice and tight. And then we've basically gone over the one we went under. We're going to over this one, just by right really, and then we go under again. Oh. If the wire
This is
doesn't
like a
find
weave,
me.
isn't it?
Yeah, and that is as simple as the whole weave is. I'll do a few there, but yeah, it's just over, turn it, and then under. And probably the big thing to sort of think about is just kind of keeping the tension really.
So you're going under
that one. Oh, that's going to move a little bit at the moment. And then back over that one, over the next one, and then under that one.
Ah, so you're going back on yourself and then under the next.
Yeah, I will show you again on one that's a bit further down, because the problem with this bit, it really does look quite messy until you've done a couple.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of getting around that shape.
Yeah.
But it soon kind of comes together. It's sort of don't worry about it. Obviously, they're kind of pulling themselves into the centre from that. So then you don't need to worry about that. So that's kind of the starting point really. And then if we move on, after a while, after some wrapping,
after much patience,
it starts.
So could you show me this under over on this? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's
Teresa?
why I've got a little bit kind of left there. So we're here at the moment, and we've just come under this prong. So we're going back over that one, over the next one, and then under this one, and you'll find it tightens up to the cone, so you might need to just kind of persuade them out just to get the wire round, and then that is pulled tight there.
Yeah.
And then if you keep your tension on it when you're kind of pulling over, that tightens it up again.
And then
so
we're
it's over
going
that one, over
under this. I'm understanding a
under
bit
there.
clearer now. Yeah.
Yeah. As I say, I know it doesn't look very clear when it kind of starts, but it is as simple as that.
And you're twisting it around, so you're going around all the prongs.
Yeah, and you do find, I don't know what I've done like this kind of similar before, but you do find you just kind of naturally are sort of turning it in your hand, in your right hand, whilst you're doing that with your left. I am right-handed, but this is kind of the way that I do it. There's no reason why you couldn't do it with your
the other way.
The other way around. Yeah. That wouldn't make any difference at all. So all I want to show now is, because obviously you've only got a metre, and actually a metre sort of hits you about there.
Right.
Is if you need to finish a piece,
and
piece
start
off
anew,
and start a new one. Let's pretend that's kind of getting towards the end. I will use another, will I? Yes, I'll get another piece out rather than that size. Oh, that's your wire, not mine.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's all right. It was just kind of tied up at the bottom, at the top.
Okay.
So I thought I won't spend time kind of tying that up. So just get another piece off of there.
Because you said you used about 4 to 5.
Yeah. And so where it's kind of come over before, go over the next one, and this between these two is where you're actually going to kind of tie the two together. This one would be coming under this way, but actually because this is the end, it's the wrong end, what I should do is pop that under that side, move it up to meet where it needs to go, and then twist those two together.
So you're anchoring those two together.
Yeah, and I want a really tight twist.
Yeah.
So once I've got it going, I'll grab it with my flat nose pliers and then twist the whole, not untwist it, twist the whole thing back together again. And then we can just, I'm moving further over it, so go on to,
You've got the flat nose
chop it there.
pliers at the bottom of the screen, ODGP 10, and they're 345. So we've just twisted
that's the little bit that you've got kind of twisted in.
Yeah.
If you move it just so you can kind of grab hold of it later. Actually, you don't need to cut it off at the moment. You could leave it a little bit longer because it's easier to deal with later on. But then turn back round. This one is now the new one that's come under that prong. So we're going
back
over
and under the next
and
one.
then under the next one, back on itself, and just sort of carry on like that.
Right.
Ooh, if I can get under, I did then. There we go. And that's actually quite useful. If it starts to kink,
Yeah.
stop immediately and just
Ah, yeah.
unwind it before it gets too kinked up, which it's wanting to do. There we go.
So what happens when we get round to that little tail? Do we just wire over it?
Yep.
Yeah.
You just go over it, ignore
Okay,
it
you won't
now.
see it now. Yeah.
And then what you can do at the end is just kind of grab it and make sure it's sort of sitting underneath one of the prongs.
Nice and flush, yeah.
Yeah. So we just kind of carry on then as far as we want to go.
Yeah.
In terms of the size of it, the length of it, and obviously that depends on how big you want,
Yes,
the
your
flower
lily.
to be. And then we're ready for sort of finishing off, really. So we then need to find the end of the sellotape. There we go. Pull that off.
So we'll just assume we've gone to the length that we want to.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's actually isn't far off. I don't think.
No.
But it's a little bit shorter. You've got a choice again, really. I think I will leave it on the cardboard just for now, just so you can see these bits rather than the bits inside.
Yeah, lovely.
So all I'm going to do is cut them off at maybe slightly more than an inch.
Yes, because you just curled round, haven't you? So you don't need too much.
No. So all of those just need chopping off.
So the gemstone collection is the Ice Wire collection, MBG C77. That's the wire collection. I do apologise. That's the wire. So that's the silver wire that Teresa's using. The 0.4, the 0.6, and the 0.8. That's 210 meters. And the gems, forgive me, is at the bottom of the screen. The ice lily. That's your aquamarine, your crackle quartz, your prehnite, and your labradorite. And that's MMG C83.
Right.
So we've left about an inch at the bottom.
Some stuff out of the. I'm a messy crafter, I think. Messy maker.
You haven't seen me work. This is you're very tidy, believe you me.
So then for each of these, what we need to do is kind of get the curl on it.
Yeah, this part here. So if I just show everybody at home. That bit here. We're coming to that bit here now.
And I think this bit is where it starts to actually take shape and starts looking a bit more like a flower than a strange cone. So if we take one of them, what I've tended to do is just make a little loop at the end,
with your round nose, yeah.
as small as I can, really. And then, as I say, the wire's quite
Malleable,
soft.
yeah.
So just
that gives you something
wind
to hook
it
onto,
upwards,
doesn't it?
yeah.
And then made a nice
yeah.
lovely curl.
It doesn't really matter how curled it is in there, as long as it gets back to touch the
Could I just show
the
a profile
cage,
of that, my
yeah.
darling? Yeah. So long as it just gets back to touching, like you said.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's all
sweet.
you need to do. I'll just do.
Yes, because I can see it's
couple
covered
of
with the
those.
0.4 anyway as well. So
Yeah.
as long as they're all sort of vaguely.
And actually, when you get to this stage, you might decide you don't want that sort of curl right the way up, and just cut it off a little bit smaller and just have
Yeah.
a loop at the end there.
Yeah.
And then I'll just leave it at though. Well, I'll do this one because that's where I'm on. So the only thing here really is just to make sure they're all of a similar
Uniform
shape.
size, yeah.
So if you cut them all off equally, you've got a good chance of getting there. And probably it's worth just having a little gap so you can get the wire in without having to thread it through. It just makes life a little bit easier. And then it's just wrapping again, exactly the same as we were before.
Oh.
But obviously once you get to the stage of coming round here, it is almost sort of the inside, which is the
Coming
wraps
on the outside.
Yeah. The wraps are over the prongs. So it's just kind of carry on as far as you want to go, until it's done as much as you like. That one does go right the way, kind of over and back on itself, but you could stop part way if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So then that's kind of that bit. Actually, I think I'm a bit of a neat sort of person. I can't think with prongs there, so I'm going to just quickly move those all up. A bit messier, but. So if you take your time with that bit and just get them so you're happy with how they look, that helps. I won't carry on wrapping.
Would you just show me that technique sideways on? Is that all right? So just
sorry.
That's all right, sweetie. Would you just show me the wrapping sideways on?
Oh yeah.
Is that all right, darling?
Sure.
Yeah, just because from an aerial view, it's just catching it from.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're in this one at the moment. So if we head around that prong, which was kind of under it before, but is now kind of going around, and then we go into this one
into
again.
That one.
And then
around. I see.
Around.
Lovely.
And keep going
and around.
And I will show you. This is kind of
around.
the speed you can get to. Is I've just pulled it off because it's not anchored on there anymore. At least I know it'll come off quite easily. I did have one where I was sort of tugging at it.
So how do we? So imagine we've gone up to sort of the top of the curls. How do we finish?
I just leave a little bit of room on one, or find one that's got, because they're never quite the same, you find one sort of gone further than the other. You will find as well, once you kind of get to going around here, it's trying to push itself further on than you want it to be, so you have to keep sort of pulling it backwards. But yeah, just kind of, I'll do it here for now. Pick the prong you want to pop it onto, and then just give it 2 or 3 wraps.
A couple of loops round, right.
Just to hold it, make sure they're nice and tight, and then we chop that one off. So that's just then finished.
So jumping on then to our, we'll imagine that's finished. We've done our wrapping.
Then that's all kind of wrapped. Then, as I say, you just need to kind of take the cone away. And if you want to just kind of have a bit of a squeeze of that, what I was quite surprised about was how...
I'll tell you what, it's really firm.
Yeah, how solid it really does
Really
become.
solid. Yeah.
Yeah, so then you know, you're not having to worry about flattening it or anything.
No, it's a really firm structure.
So then all you need to really do is decide what you want to do with the statements and where they want to go.
I love the way you've actually used one here to link, to carry on your design.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of picked, obviously, depending on where your bail loop is, pick one sort of at the top.
Created different lengths there.
And just make sure that one's that's the one that's going to kind of hook on.
Yeah.
With those ones, I put, I think 3 of the pre-night on.
Yes, you've got 3 pre-nights.
So they go on quite easily. You've got more trouble when they kind of decide to bury themselves at the top than you have with not getting them on at all. And decide whereabouts you want that to kind of sit and hit the next kind of bit. And then it's just a matter of, we'll just give that a quick kink so I know where I'm going. This is going to go everywhere. There we go. Try not to pick.
They get a bit blunted because they're constantly used here in the studio, so to be fair.
And then just turn the loop you want to kind of turn at the end now, and make that sort of a reasonable size, because then it doesn't matter what we link onto it.
Hooking on to
and all of these you can actually just kind of, you know, move around and mould around at the time.
And have you done a similar thing? You just created a little hook and then attached your aquamarines with the 0.4?
Yes. Yeah, I mean the aquamarines, because the holes are smaller, the 0.4 you really need to get through there, so that's just a simple wrap. And then the others, I'll just show, if you wanted one, say with just one of the pre-nights on and nothing else, so I'm going to put that one sort of up there. All I did with those was chop it off fairly close on, and bend a fairly tight angle in. Oh, sorry, go that way. That's a bit easier. Fairly tight angle in the wire, and then just kind of squidge that down. That might not be quite enough wire, so just bend it around a little bit more, and then squidge that one down. Just grab that for a second. There we go, and then that actually works as a natural stopper. Then that's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So so that
stops
just then
them
holds
from
that one.
Lovely, and those aquamarines, they're side drills, so we can just thread through from the side. And I think we looked at this demonstration, then you just created a little veil and then twizzles around,
Yeah.
Beautiful, that's absolutely gorgeous. And could you quickly show us, because I can see that that's a similar theme then as we've done in the ring. So if I just show you this ring, so it's an identical kind of structure.
Yes, yeah, I mean I put the ring, the shank first, so it's just 3 bits of wire going round, and then pulled them back and splayed them out, and then just kind of wrap round it. Once I've got a few wraps there, pop the gemstone in. That's just, you know, a couple of goes round with the 0.4 wire, same wire I'm wrapping with, anchor it into the bottom, and then carry on wrapping. And you're basically using the gemstone as the form then.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, just for one gemstone. Could you show me the little, because it's the theme that creates the design in the necklace, but it's also followed through in the earrings. Could we just look at this with the labradorites?
Yes. How much time do we have? Because
okay, we've got another 15 minutes, my darling. So
brilliant.
I'm going to be social on the stage.
I've got the quick version. Here's one I made earlier, and I've got
marvelous.
I've got a slightly longer version. Yeah, I mean, I think I was kind of thinking tendrils when I was making it. I'm not entirely sure if lilies have tendrils, but...
Well, I'm obsessed with seahorses, and I don't know what that's got to do with lilies, but there you go. That's what I saw, and you see tendrils.
Yeah, a lot of people have said seahorses today, so I'm going to have to make
it doesn't seem to matter, quite
think.
frankly. It's just very exotic and very beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole kind of premise really was fantasy flowers. So
yes.
It can be whatever you want it to be, really. So, okay, so for this one, start off the 1 mil wire again, and I think, if I'm right in saying that's 3 inches, yeah, 3 inches made the necklace ones, and I think these were 2.5 for the earrings.
Right, and you've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the necklace, and then with these are the pre-nights, and you've used the 0.6.
That was the 0.6, yeah.
Just I didn't show you that part of the necklace, so I'll just very briefly visit that. You just created the little. Created your own little chain mail.
Yeah, I do tend to kind of link beads in that way, making chain.
Lovely. Sorry. Now back to your little tendrils.
So so we've got your 1 mil wire, 3 inches thereof, and one end you want a little loop on. So again, I got these pliers the other week at Jewellery Maker, and they're the ones that kind of come separately, but they are so much better. The prongs are so much finer.
Right.
So for the sort of stuff I do.
The round nose are they, darling?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
They're
The professional round nose ones. You can just get really small loops then.
Nice and tight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, whereas the other, you're right at the end with a lot of things, trying to make it as small as possible. So yeah, so I've got a little loop one end. And then that one, I shall just carry on to go a little bit, and then turn it over, and you want a loop going in the opposite direction at the other end. Let's turn that, check I know where I'm going, and then you can just kind of keep going with that spiral. To wherever you want to make it, and then you might want to go back. I think this one's not quite round enough, but all you're trying to do is a sort of an asymmetric S shape. So you've got one piece that's small, and then the other one's a bit bigger spiral at the bottom, and then you just need to hammer it. So.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I have a steel block and my chasing hammer, but have we got any in the box behind? Well, anyway, we'd imagine we've got these. I've got these coming up later on, little bundle. Do you know what? If you need anything, rummage. Oh, have you got yours?
Yes, I've brought
so
mine.
I will. This is a little bundle we put together for you, and a great stocking filler. It's the steel block and the hammer, and that's what Teresa's just going to use now, just to hammer her little tendril, as it were. So they're a cheeky little bundle I've got on the show. We'll try. They're at the bottom of the screen now. Thank you. Beautiful. Do you think we planned this, didn't you, Teresa? HMGC 17 for $12.95 for the two. Should have originally been $14 £2.96. So your rat seat in action. So it's a £2 saving by buying the two together. So these are, you have to have these, don't you, Teresa? You just got it.
Yeah, well, I had a little sort of crafting hammer for other bits and pieces. So I got the block on its own to start with, and I couldn't have done anything without it. I did actually try. The one that I got had come with like a plasticky sort of mat thing, because it was just for paper crafting. Really.
Right, okay.
And it just sort of, dented straight in there, so that was no use.
Yeah, no.
And then I've upgraded to one of the because it's a
like
flat.
That. She's upgraded. I like that.
Because it's a flat surface, it's so much easier. I could only do dappling really with the other one.
Which we could do with the other side, but when you need a flat.
Yeah, so and this one I have only just really got this one and started using it. It really is nice. Nicely weighted as well.
Yeah, it's not too heavy, is it, on the old wrist?
No. So I shall do what everybody says not to do and everybody has to do, and that's going to hold one end and hammer the other. So hopefully I don't get
distracted.
Fingers. No,
I'll be quiet.
And we just turn it round and get the other side. And then really that's, as much or as little hammering as you like. It needs a little bit just to get the strength so it holds its shape. But then if you like it a little bit flatter, or if you wanted a bit of a pattern on it, then you could do.
Yeah.
And you always seem to get, sort of slight, maybe it's the way I hammer, slight marks in it. Yeah. So I should use the other side as.
But we're about to wrap with labradorites anyway, so.
Exactly. And I did start off with something really quite complicated in terms of wrapping, so where I was kind of putting the beads on one by one, and you really don't need to, not for this one anyway. I kind of worked on the theory that it's an organic sort of shape, so you really don't need to. So I get one bit of wire that I have prepared earlier, so I don't have to try putting really small beads on a bit of wire.
This is our point 4.
So yeah, and I think
wire bundle.
When I got the bundle, I was mildly concerned about. I've just hooked it on myself. About whether the beads would fit on the point 4, and as far as I can tell, they all have.
Yeah, brilliant.
So really small beads, but they have managed to all fit on. So all I've got is a bit of wire, just sort of turned a loop and twisted it at the end so they don't fall off.
Threaded quite a few on there.
I've got 9 on, I think, for the necklace ones, and then obviously because the bit of wire is smaller for the earrings, there were 7.
Oh, 7. Sorry, darling. Yeah.
Just working on odd numbers.
Odd numbers. Everybody says it. Odd numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there are actually 2 different types of the tendrils there, depending on where you're wrapping. They do alternate.
Yes, I can see that. So
Yeah.
we've got under and we've got above. I don't know if you can see that here. If I just show. Here, can you see we've gone under, and then if you look, turn the tendril around the other way, and we've got it on the back. It's always on the back, but the tendril's turned, isn't it?
Yeah, and it doesn't really make much difference in doing it, apart from I tended to start with the bit that was most inside of the curls. So this one I shall do so it's sort of on this side of it. So I should start off and just pop the wire with a bit of a tail again, see if I can hold on to it this time, and just wrap 3 times round. Make sure that's nice and tight, and I'll leave the tail on because then I can actually sort of pull that and tighten it up if I need to later on. And then you can just whiz one of those down. This is only going to be the difficult bit to kind of show because I've got to hold on to it. Keep hold of that one.
Position it, isn't it?
Yeah. I found I was kind of worrying about where it was going to go, but as I say, it isn't really worth worrying too much about. It keeps the organic shape. But if you kind of hold on to it when it's kind of at its lowest, pull that one round as you were carrying on with the wrap. So this one's going over, and then carry on with 3 more wraps.
3 more wraps.
And just position it where you want to as you've.
It's nice to see them all in the row, actually. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it wouldn't matter if they.
Yeah, I mean, you could put it so they were actually sort of sitting on top of the wire if you wanted to, or either side, or however you wanted to do it. But that's actually as difficult or simple as that one gets as well. So just keep sort of popping those beads down, and then didn't quite catch hold of that one, and then wrap 3 times around the wire, and then that just sort of keeps going.
Beautiful. Now Sharon in Mid Glamorgan wants to know, did you make your ring?
I didn't. I have to confess, it was a purchase many moons ago. There's 2 rings there actually. It was a purchase many moons ago.
Is it really
this
2
one.
really? Oh yes, yeah.
Yes. So this one I've had for well, since I was a teenager. It kind of works as my signet ring really, and the other one is my mum's engagement ring. She passed away last year, so I wear it all the time.
A memento, think of her.
Yeah.
You must. This looks like you've.
I did.
Yes. Right. Okay. Well, we can have a look at the pendant. So, in Mid Glamorgan, the ring we know is a lovely, from a mom, and engagement from a mom, and your signature ring. But the necklace, the pendant, sorry, you made yourself. Gizmoing?
No, it's
wire
wire
wrapping.
wrapping.
Oh right, forgive me. I don't want to look too close at your chest, but
yes, it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, beautiful. Gorgeous. And how did you attach your little they're like silver coated pyrites, aren't they, or pirates?
It is part of the wrap really. I've been kind of working on the techniques to kind of get the prongs, I don't know what you call it, they're not the wrapping wire, the wire you're wrapping with, through first or through at some point, and then that's all anchored in, and then you're just kind of doing the weaves around the pendant.
Very, very eye-catching.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Hopefully I'll be doing something similar to that on a
Well, I'd very
show.
much like that. Yeah, very much so. Fantastic. And then we've just attached our little droplets in terms of the earrings.
Yeah.
We've just taken one of the aquamarines, because they're side. You kind of picked 2 that are almost similar there in terms of size. So, are you able to just briefly show me that, darling? Is that just cut an aquamarine? And
I think I've got one.
we did show this technique the other day,
somewhere.
but you might have missed this out.
Yeah. I mean, different people do it in different ways.
Missed it. Yeah.
Should use that bit of wire. And I just found if I tried wrapping it from the bottom upwards, they tended to want to move upwards. So I tend to pop the wire through. I'll pull that one up. Oh, that's not. I have loads of excess wire. Make my loop in that one, and just wrap that around to anchor it. Oh, making a little bit of a mess. There we go.
Lynn says you're doing very well. What a beautiful design. You are brilliant, and you're a keeper.
Oh,
there you go. Thank you very much, Lynn. Didn't she do well? She is doing fantastically well.
Oh, that's not very. Having said that, it's not very close. There we go. And I'll just really wrap that round just to anchor it, so that doesn't sort of pull apart, because obviously with it being the 4 mil, it doesn't kind of hold its shape in the same way as some of the bigger wires, which is why I tend to do a lot of the link beads with 6 mil. That will hold its shape. But the 4 is fine as long as you wrap it.
For something
so I just pop that in place. Then this one comes up to meet it. See if I can just get that.
We're wrapping around.
And then I shall take that out and hold it. Then we wrap that round the top piece, and then just keep wrapping
to create a kind of a little cone.
I've got that around there. Just keep wrapping around the main gemstone as you go. I think I tend to do this holding it all, so
yeah, that's
it's not
fine.
really
A lot of
easy
people
to
do.
see it. Actually, what you can do is just kind of hold onto the wire and turn the gemstone, and it'll wrap itself.
Even easier still.
So that might be the easiest way of
Angela from
doing
West
it.
Midlands says, hi Fee, loving the show. Can't wait to try the lily. She says, it would make a great Christmas bell. Teresa is brilliant. The text coming in. So
brilliant.
it would, wouldn't it? Make
Thank
it beautiful, and you could have the little red or the green berries. I mean, gorgeous little
Yes, yeah. I mean,
Christmas
if you,
bell idea.
If you wanted to kind of experiment a little bit more kind of free form, what you could do is sort of start the weave on a form of some shape, cone or other shape. Take it off and pull the wires kind of inwards on themselves, and you could end up with something that's kind of the classic sort of bauble shape.
I don't understand. I'm sorry. When you say pull the wires in on itself, forgive me.
I haven't kind of got...
No, to show me. You're probably at home. No, but I'm looking and I'm thinking, I want to understand that.
Yeah, well, I mean, where we've got sort of this sort of thing, if you kind of carried on going down, pull it off at sort of the midpoint, and then push all these wires so they're basically, so what you've got is something like that on the bottom. Yeah. So you're pulling them all back together.
So make squashing
and then
them.
Wrap it so they're coming back in together.
So like, oh yes, I'm with you. Yes, got it. Do. I'm sorry, darling. I won't say yes, I understand if I don't understand. I'm going to say I don't understand. I understand. I understand. Yeah. Thank you, Teresa. I'm just going to recap on everything you've used. Lovely compliments. Sorry we couldn't read out all the text, but keep them coming. So lots of lovely compliments about your designs. They're loving your designs. So these were the gemstones. We've got the actual designer inspiration. The Ice Wire collection is what you can see on the side of the screen, $34.95, and this was the 0.4. You've got 100 meters, the 0.6, 10 meters, and 100 meters of the 1 millimeter. That was a bundle of $34.95. £11 saving there, should be £46.35. Limited stock on both of these bundles. And then the gemstones that Teresa is using at the bottom of the screen, $24.95. That is your crackle quartz, your labradorite, your beautiful aquamarine, and your prehnite bicones. 4 gorgeous strands there, again limited, $24.95. That's at the bottom of the screen, MMGC83. Now, next section, I'm going to do some metallic magic with the hematite. Teresa gets to choose as well for her designer decides. We've also got the second section of the show. I'll show you the jewellery of that on the back of this. We've got the chain as a star by as well, so don't go anywhere. Lots more still to see.
Join us on Jewellery Maker as we count down the days until Christmas. Stay tuned to see perfect Christmas gifts for all your friends and family at prices you won't believe. And what's more, anything you buy can be refunded or exchanged until the 31st of January. So for hassle-free shopping and great value, it has to be Jewellery Maker.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we have a commitment to providing genuine gemstones. We do that by up to 3 lab tests, and we have our own in-house gemologists. That therefore means that when we say genuine gemstones, that's exactly what you're getting.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Would you like to try a new hobby? Then why not give us a call on 0800 644 655 and we'll send you a free copy of our DVD and booklet to help you get started. You don't even need to make an order. Get involved with Jewellery Maker.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. from Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Do you remember Metallic Magic? Not the Metallic Magic. Do you remember Loop the Loop? Do you remember the most amazing kit that was on and gone in seconds? And it was entirely crafted out of hematite. Well, that's what I'm about to bring you in my Metallic Magic section now. I know, talk about shimmering gorgeousness. I was having a little browse, as you do, yesterday afternoon, and the amount of these gorgeous like pencil skirts, I don't know if you've seen them in the shops, Teresa, they're like pencil skirts, kind of like an elasticine kind of affair, sort of stretchy material, and then all at the front is just sequins. There's loads of these styles, right. All of these colours, like you'd get the gold one, so the sequins on the front so you can sit down, obviously, it's not all. And then there's these wonderful ones which are like entirely, there's one, it was like a River Island yesterday, there was Debenhams, obviously I was mooching around all the shop. Beautiful, all the rainbow sequins around the front, it's just gorgeous, there's so much sequinage, isn't there? And, you know, gemmage, and it's just party. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of coming up to the party season,
Exactly.
so I think the more bling, and I think some of those with having the facets on,
Yeah,
really nice to have that extra sparkle.
They're gorgeous, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. In fact, I'm looking at the gold ones here and thinking how beautiful they'd look in your next section that we're doing later on. Have a quick look at Teresa's designs, because I want to keep you in suspenders for a little bit longer. We'll be showing you these gorgeous designs, how to make these as well with Teresa in the second half of the show between 3 till 4. Again, absolutely exquisite. Look at that bracelet, beautiful. So, hematite magic. Remember, Teresa, to shout out anything you want. You're allowed 3 choices. So, and what we've done, we are limiting you slightly today because we'd like you to choose from the hematite section, but that's because one of our best kits, Loop the Loop, I just think it's beautiful to see something made out of entirely the same gemstone. So, are you with me on that?
Yep.
Fantastic. Right, what are we going to start with, beautiful? Copper coloured. There we go. Oh, I love this. Straight away I want to put these on. Tomorrow I'm doing pearls with Sheila and a little tribute to Coco Chanel. And these with just a pearl in between. Oh, it's beautiful. I love this type. Quite frankly, if it was me, we'd be in party wear all year round because I just love sequins and fluff and tassels. I just think, oh, why save it for the Christmas and party season? They're gorgeous, aren't they? Kind of got that antique sort of finish because they're more of a bronzy gold, aren't they, rather than gold.
Yeah. I mean, I was just kind of thinking that they really do kind of mirror the antique bronze colour wire.
Well, we've got a lovely findings bundle later with the antique bronze, and yes, like you've used in your wire in your second designer inspiration. They're beautiful. And again, I'm just thinking one of those wire wrapped. You know that lovely lily ring that you did with the crackle quartz? How about the gold or the bronze wire with that?
Yeah.
With that in the middle, bling, bling, bling. Where are we going partying? Down in Southampton?
You're giving me designer ideas now.
Where's the place to go in Southampton?
I don't know. I'm too old for that sort of thing.
Never. You're never too old. You might say that I am as well, darling, but don't stop me. You and I can find somewhere in Southampton. Right, this is CJJ K24, 650 carats of the copper coloured coated hematite faceted 11mm rounds. Beautiful. And the quintessential essence of the party. They are big, aren't they? They're big, they're bold, they're sparkling, they're talking to you. Remember, you've got your money back guarantee extended to the 31st of January, but right now if we want to be, and I'm telling you, the shops are they're just full of bada bing bada bling bling bling. In fact, we should do a section called bada bing bling bling, shouldn't we? This is the bada bing bling section, metallic magic, so please don't miss out. It would look, I'm just looking at the colours that Teresa's work, I mean, just look how beautiful they fuse with the second half of the show. You know, in some way they could be used in those designs. They're just gorgeous as an addition. And it doesn't take much. You don't have to overload it, you know, if you just want a little bit of subtle touch there. And what's so lovely, because it's more the bronzy antique, it's less sort of flashy and in your face, isn't it? Not that I mind flashy and in your face. You know, that's what you want. You want the statement sometimes. But, you see, they're gorgeous. I just love just simple wraparounds. I really do. Love them. Let's bring in the price. A mere $8.95. That's 2 stretchies ready to go. Beautiful hematite, that coat, and because they're faceted as well, you know, 2 beautiful earrings on some drop bronze wire there, just dropped at the bottom. That's what I've got with my pearls tomorrow. Just very eye-catching, because they'd be just solitary there with a bit of swing action. They'd be so, well, I'm so glad that big hair came back and big earrings came back, because that's me made, isn't it? I'm well happy with all of that. That's 2 of my favourite topics, big hair and big earrings. $8.95, CJJ, sorry, K24. Let's move on to the next one from our metallic magic. Okay, now this is a box of hematite. This, always think of a makeup brand. 1,200 carats. And these are my mixed shapes of the hematite beads. Don't know, did you see these? Have you seen these, darling?
I have seen them before, and I haven't had a chance to use them yet, so I would like to work with those.
Would you like these?
Yes,
first choice, okay. Cassie, could I trouble you for a board, darling? Sweet pea. Right, what we've got are rainbows. We've got the silver coloured. We've got almost like a green turquoise colour, and then the gold colour. So you've got different shapes there. You've got sort of cylindrical, you've got beautiful rounds, you've got rice bead shapes. So you've got lots of lovely designs and ideas for Teresa to work on. So you've got these lovely sort of cylinder type shapes. Oh, these are beautiful. And you've got 20 pots, 5, 10, 15, 20. And then you've got the rounds as well. Oh, look at me. Get them all out, Teresa. There we go. Gorgeous. So lots of, and then the rice bead shape. That's the only one I don't think I've taken out of the box yet. They're all here, look. So different shapes there, different colours to work with as well. There we go. Something for everybody in there. They're beautiful. Good choice, Teresa. Good choice. So 20 pots in there. Gold, silver, greeny blue, and then the rainbow. And the 4 different shapes. Cylindrical, rice bead, round, and then like a saucer shape there as well. Stunning. JAGK 10. I'm thinking the larger ones as well could be cufflinks. The rounds, again, just a few to really lift your designs. Absolutely beautiful. Really gorgeous. Love those. 20 pots to delve into. Metallic Magic. JAGK 10. 1,200 carats. So 20 pots. Here comes your price. £1 a pot, basically. And on some of that, I mean, gosh, I know, and the cylinders, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the big cylinders, but of the rounds, my goodness. I don't know if you can be bothered, Teresa, but you could count one of those for me, darling. You got better things to do, haven't you? There's got to be at least 30 in there. There's loads. I mean, I wouldn't even like to guess how many, but there's just loads in those pots of the rounds and the saucer shapes. Beautiful. Hundreds. It would add up to hundreds. So £19.95, £1 a pot. You don't want to miss that, no, because you're just going to get so much use out of those. And because you've got the green and the blues and the silver and then the gold and then the rainbow, we've got lots of different ways in which we can work with these. JAGK 10. So they're going to go to Teresa. I'm going to give you these. And those loose ones there, my darling. Can't wait to see what you're going to make out of those. I'll just put those loose ones in the middle there, my darling. We're going to move on to the next. That's one choice. That is yours. Leave it there for you and grab those. My silvery grey hematite faceted rounds, and I'll bring, oh, these are just stunning, and then we'll bring you the plain rounds as well. Look at those. We'll bring you the other ones afterwards, but these are the 11mm faceted rounds. Look at those two. You've got to get these two together. They're just stunning. Or mix your metals. Mix them up. There's no reason why. Remember, all the rules are out. Why we can't have the bronze and the silver. Look at that luster. Look at that sparkle. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Put those with some black. Ooh. Oh, I've got a lovely bundle coming up later on as well. Look gorgeous. Look at those with the pearls. And there's some gold chain. Oh, the gorgeousness. Oh, stop. This is why you've got to get your hematite. Beautiful bundle coming up later there. Limited stock availability. It's been an absolute bestseller. Again, fantastic with my chain off and my star buy later on as well. Going to be beautiful. Limited availability though. HGGK 17. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm ready. £6.95. We need to jump on that ASAP. First come, first serves. All you need to know is HGGK 17. You've got your one postage and packaging price for the day if you bought with Jenny and the lovely Debbie this morning, and then on to the night show and obviously the day show here. £6.95. Let's bring on those hematite rounds that look great with it, the silver coloured ones as well. Because there's something about mixing those same colours that I just think they're fabulous. Let's bring on these, darling. Can we do that? I'm bossing you now, aren't I, Filippo? Huh? Look at me bossing, producing from the floor.
Can they have those faceted ones?
You want the faceted ones?
Yeah.
Teresa has spoken. The designer wants, the designer shall receive. I'm not surprised you want those. Right, that's number 2 of her choice. Beautiful. Let's do the plain rounds now. They were 11mm, the big faceted ones that Teresa's just taken. These are the 10mm, lovely shiny rounds as well. Gorgeous. They just look so fantastic with the faceted. There's just something about, oh, get them together, have them both. Have them both. Beautiful. AVJ K70. I promise you, because remember the loop kit? Those of you who've been stalwart Jewellery Maker followers, you know how fantastic that kit, you know how brilliant the jewellery was that Linda made. I still talk about it 3 years later. I don't have much going on in my life. No, it's just because I'm obsessed with how beautiful it was. Very popular. 480 carats. Again, with the silver chain. Beautiful. The shimmer. They've got that lovely glossy luster there. The baubles, they're beautiful. Really, there's a vibrant metallic luster. There's a vibrant metallic energy there. That is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. We'll get a price on for you because we know it's limited. My word, it's a giveaway. Ridiculous. What are you doing, Filippo? $4.95. We want you to get in the party season, in the party feel there. Under £5. Tremendous. That's ridiculous. I think he's made a big mistake there. Never mind. Never mind. We'll press on. Okay. We've got our rainbow and we've got my gold still to do. My mystic. My barrels. Let's do my mystic coated hematite barrels. I'm just going to be cheeky and put those with some gold and then throw in a bit of gold pearl and then add to the party some gold chain. Oh, Chimakuchi. Oh, where are we partying? Goodness me, it's heaven sent. You see, this is I can't wait to see your designs. I can't wait to that pearl is part of a trio bundle later on. Just beautiful. So get these. Tell you what, you need to get these 3. Just noises now. That would, now you see, if I could choose, I know Teresa's working with hers, and I'm going to make off with these 3. If we didn't have a show to present, you just find me quietly in the corner there. Peter, you ready to take over, darling? Because I want to go make some jewellery now. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Full game. Yeah. God bless you. You see why he fits in so well. Peter, otherwise known as Ben. RIJK13. We are going for the hematite barrels. Aren't they beautiful? We're getting the graphics on as quick as we can. And Teresa has one more choice. One more choice. Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense whatsoever. Gorgeous. Like I said, it's like that skirt I saw yesterday, just covered in the rainbow colours there. RIJK13. Just a bit slow our system today. Don't you worry about it. $6.95. You're going to need more than one strand. One strand is not going to be enough. Unless, of course, you got the magic box, the 1995 box, with all those 4 different shapes and the 20 pots. That's fine. You've got it covered there because you've got silver, gold, green and gold mystic as well, rainbow mystic. But you're going to need more than one strand of these, believe you me. Make a whole pearl, make a whole set, the earrings, the bracelet, the necklace, and just use the one gemstone style or type, you know, in the mystic coating, but different shapes maybe. Your jewellery, you know, if you really want it to stand out and be, you know, that stand out from the crowd, that crowd pleaser, the one that pulls everybody over to the store or the one that you get asked about while you're wearing it, trust me, it's going to work. $6.95. Shall we do the faceted rounds now as well, darling? And then the goldies, because they're beautiful, and then I've got a scoopage. Oh, we've got to get all of these. That's got to happen, isn't it? It's got to happen. I don't mind, either or, because we've got to have all 3 of these. So we're going for gold. We're going for the gold. Oh, Henry Kelly says go for gold. You see, again, I'm reaching to the luxury of Teresa's design in the second half of the show at 3 o'clock. And oh, you see, little bit of sparkle with that vintage jewellery look. No reason why. Absolutely beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to have to put that on for a bit. Just stunning. In fact, while you're looking at those, I am going to put this on for a bit. But I'm low in stock on the gold. Low in stock. There we go. So you can all admire the beautiful bracelet. I should put it on the other wrist, shouldn't I? Maybe, you know, like the ring we had earlier, you know, the crackle quartz ring. Look at me just trying on the jewellery as I'm here. It's a perk of the job, you see. This would be beautiful. Oh, they're divine. They are divine. How beautiful. Look at that for sparkle. DHJK05, please don't miss out. 260 carats, one of our best sellers. Would have been in our top 10, but we've popped it into our metallic magic because it's been one of our absolute best sellers. Think of the gold chain I've got coming up later on. Yeah. It's unraveling itself. It's trying to wrap itself around me. It's trying to say, tempt me and make something with me, Fifi. I will, my darling, I will. Don't forget as well, I've got this wonderful pearl bundle later on as well with these agates. Look at these, you see. Oh, Chimicucci. And then if you manage to get the bronze ones as well, oh, Chimicucci, heaven, I'm in heaven. Yes, you are. Jewellery heaven. I can't wait. Oh, gosh, it's got to be done. Simply got to be done. $6.95. I haven't heard anything from Teresa yet. Let's go for the faceted big rainbow rounds as well that we put with the barrels and the gold. Remember, let's just refresh your memory. And we've got our scoopage as well. Look at the see. It's got to be done. Woo! 400 carats now of the 9mm rainbow hematite faceted rounds. They look like 11 to me. Yeah, it is an 11, so let's just say 9mm, because look, that 11's obviously bigger. But they've just got a big impact. That's the only reason I say that. Just got a beautiful big impact. Ooh. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 400 PMGK18, 400 carats. Get the party started. Let's do it. Yes, and let's get you a price that's right. £7.45. Yes, kind of like that rainbow, that petrol look, you know, when the water's floating on there and you get the rainbow, because one minute you're getting turquoises and greens, the next minute you're getting the golds, you know, with a black dress at a Christmas party, a little black little number. You know, that's all it needs to splice it up. Whoa, look at that. Beautiful. Again, have you got some Christmas parties that you're going to?
I've got one I was invited to this week. So, yeah.
Get in early.
So
yeah.
I always have New Year with friends as well. So
we have to dazzle and delight to dress up, don't we? Beautiful. So we need to have fantastic jewellery to wear to these Christmas parties. That is early, isn't it? Mind you, I suppose, you know, everybody gets busy as we get closer, so they start organising it earlier.
That rainbow coated hematite, I just keep getting flashes of blue.
Oh yeah, cobalt blue as well.
Yeah, I think if it was kind of, if you got a navy blue outfit, it would just kind of take that.
That would be electrifying, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Electric blue with those. Boy, you're going to steal the show. Right, well, I can only assume my lovely Teresa wants the scoopage.
I do.
She does. My designer decides.
I spotted a tube. I want that.
Oh, tubular gorgeousness. And I can see why. I want them now as well. Who wouldn't want them? Silver coloured, faceted, rainbow coloured, gold coloured. Oh, scoopage to delight. My designer deluxe selection, 400 carats of my faceted hematite drops. Please, 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 everything I've pretty much shown you in the hematite section is limited. Just because it's been so popular. I mean, we are moving into the festive season. We are in the run-up to the party season. So everyone's jumped on the hematite and the pyrite, quite rightly so. It's that very affordable gemstone edition that adds sparkle in the way that your findings does. But of course, you know, you've got, up with the side of our coated brass ones, you've got just as much affordability, haven't you? Great affordability. You've got the colour of the gold, you've got the colour of the silver, you've got the rainbow magic there. So that's my last choice from Teresa in the Designer Decides. 400 carats of faceted rounds that are, I'd say about 5mm. Yeah, 5 to 6mm. Well, the faceted rounds, it says drops, but forgive me, there's nothing droppy about them. Well, there's a little bit, I suppose. Maybe that's unfair. But I'm seeing more, because of the faceted, it gives it an angularity. So yes, I understand it's not completely round. I'm going to end that there then, actually, before I get myself up a blind alley that I can't get back out of. FAGK 85. Let's get your pricing on these. They are limited though. 400 carats. Which suggests to me there could be possibly 400 in there, at least 300, because it looks like the Stardust ones we do in the findings. $9.95. Well, there's about 300 of, the brass ones that are gunmetal, silver, rose gold coloured and gold. They're roughly about the same size. I'd say these might be a pinch bigger, and you get about 300 of those in the tube. So I'd say you'd have close to 300 in here. Judging by my eye, judging by the size. Great stocking filler. You'd make loads out of that. Beautiful, and that's what Teresa's decided in my designer decides. The last of our metallic magic. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I know you've been asking, so I'll leave these for you here, my sweet. They are for you to enjoy. And I'm going to bring you that bundle I keep showing that I'm obsessed with those hematites. And don't forget my star buy, and you're going to save 2/3 of the money by bundling these two together on my gold and my silver chain offer. It's my star buy at 4:45. Okay, let's bring you those gorgeous gold pearls. Classic. Absolutely classic, and we will be concentrating on pearls tomorrow with the gorgeous Sheila, her favourite, and of course with a little nod to that amazing designer Coco Chanel. You're never properly dressed without them. It's a little cheeky precursor to tomorrow's show. Not that I'm wishing away today's fabulous show with Teresa, but I do love these. This is what I popped on with the bronze gold hematites there a moment ago. I'm sure you agree. They look fabulous. Forgive me for jangling so loudly. Just trying to disengage some strands here. Yeah, I mean that is just sumptuous, isn't it? Oh gosh. Oh, excuse me, I've got to go away and make jewellery. It's a need. It's a must. I'm sorry, I just can't present the show anymore. Peter! Oh, look how fantastic your jewellery is going to be. Hope you got those hematites. Ask the call centre if there's any availability left, but let's get back to our going for gold. Because obviously, let's go for the gold. Let's go for these fabulous gold pearls. And again, wouldn't they work beautifully with our next designer inspiration with Teresa at 3? These are my gold culture pearls. They're 10 by 9 millimeters. Beautiful, rich luster. Chinese freshwater pearls. Really affordable, genuine organic pearls from your from your mollusks. Because your pearls and your salt water tend to be even rarer still. Gorgeous richness. Yeah, I mean, I saw again in my trundles around yesterday, because I have to be organised because I've got to paint myself green in about a week's time. Just like a little three plastic bundles of plastic pearls, £7. You know, for three little stretchies. I mean, the faux ones are beautiful. They're in the shops. They're everywhere. You know, not everybody knows about Jewellery Maker, but you can make a real pearls. I could definitely make 2 out of this, couldn't I? And have real pearls on my hand. She's nodding sagely at me.
Well, I think the thing is as well, if you put something between them, they go twice as far. So.
Exactly. There's lovely gold hematites there. Or we've got my golden obsidian, which I adore. Oh, Sarah, look at the gold shine in there. That beautiful magic. I'm always struggling to describe that golden sheen beneath the black obsidian landscape. It's almost... have you seen it close up, darling?
I haven't.
Oh, well, I'm going to hand you these to have a good look at, because it's magical, and I'm always like, it's there, it's present. So then it's like a velvety richness. So they're not matte black, but that is really prevalent. You can really see it on those. Oh, that golden sheen in the golden obsidian is beautiful. It's like a little magic wave of moonlight. Because when you see them up close, it's very different, and then they almost seem to sparkle like stardust. I love them. If you've never tried golden obsidian, trust me, you're going to love these. They're an exquisite example of what makes this gem so beautiful. It's just shimmering like a little sprinkle of fairy dust, the way that the angular essence in moonstone glides. Oh, and then So you've got 340 carats, they're 12mm rounds. And then you've got the 340 carats, and some of these are banded, as you can see, because this is your agate. And that lovely sparkle is because of the faceting of the black agate, 12mm rounds as well. That is the epitome of elegance. Oh, the gold chain, it's gonna be gorgininess. Gonna be gorgininess. Amazing, amazing, very full, very big. I mean, we should be looking at £36 for these exemplary strands or thereabouts. But today, here's your price. Oh! You see 3 strands, so you're looking at about £8, 9, 18, 27, £9 each. So I know there's a good £10 saving there. Beautiful, because they are exemplary. Look at those. See, don't buy the faux, make the real. The necklace, oh, and a piece you can keep, the gold wire. And what was that, my darling? Oh yes, of course, yeah, I keep forgetting as well. You can actually download the certification with each of the gemstone strands from our website as well, or ask the call centre. If you give them as a present, so you want the person to know that they're real pearls with that lovely metallic gold finish, that, you know, if they've never recognised this gem, oh my word, this golden obsidian, I cannot take my eyes off it. It's just stunning, absolutely stunning. Beautiful. I'll tell you what, Ben, darling, would you just pass those to Sarah? I'd like her expert opinion on, have a little, she's never seen those up close and personal, and just tell me what you think of those, Sarah, and how beautiful. Look at that gold shimmer beneath the surface. Sorry, I'm obsessed with who's Sarah? I don't know, darling. Teresa, have you got a twin that I'm calling Sarah? I don't know, it's crept into my
I'm told I've got a doppelganger somewhere, but I don't know what she's called.
I don't know, I'm so sorry. I know her name's Teresa. I've been calling her Teresa all morning. Aren't they beautiful?
That's what you mean. Yeah, it's just really kind of subtle, and it kind of just sort of flashes at you when you're not expecting it, really, don't you?
A sparkle beneath the surface, isn't it? And the way that tiger's eye shimmers. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So much more than just the black gem.
Yeah.
And you've got your money back guarantee as well to, you know, experience for the first time like Teresa is today, but we're getting very limited. Do you know what I think it is? I've got an Auntie Sadie who's called Sarah, and you remind me of her. Oh, so subconsciously that's just dropped into my language. You do, you really remind me. Favourite auntie, of course, because she's my godmother. But there you go, $26.95.
They are lovely.
They are beautiful. What does everybody need to do, Teresa?
What, buy them?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's that complicated. You need to get on the phone and buy them, exactly. But we're getting limited now. We're getting limited. You can come again. Alrighty. Let's start the top 10. We'll be with Teresa in half an hour to create these exquisite designs with the second part of our designer inspiration. And I'm going to move my hematite metallic magic and my gorgeous pearls to the back. Well done. Which number, darling? Okie dokie. Now, these exquisite earrings here are made with antique bronze shepherd hooks. You may want to have the earring post and butterfly backs, which is what I'm going to bring you now. So if you like the look of, you know, that lovely colour, as I'm trying to emphasise here, the antique bronze, and how it looks in your jewellery that you can see on the bracelet, then these are the findings for you. So coming in at number 10, oh, I've got the halo again. Here they go, here they are. This is my angelic section, where I've got rays of light emanating out my head. Okay, so I'm just going to pick out just a couple so you can see them up close. A 100 pairs. BDGP 35, and the actual earring post with the little round sphere on the bottom, which is 3mm, has that hook that you can attach onto to make a dingle dangle or a side drilled gemstone, so that could be a nice close knit earring, as it were. I mean, again, just one of those pearls. Oh, beautiful, wouldn't it be? Beautifulness. Beautifulness ready to happen. So, very affordable. In at number 10. Let's give you a price on the screen. I know, £8.95, 100 pairs, so 200, and you've got all those spare butterfly backs. Do you have a favourite piece of jewellery, Teresa? Do you have a favourite? Is it a necklace? Is it a ring? Is it a bracelet? Or you don't feel properly dressed without it? Or
I think I've got the 2 rings that I always wear.
oh, of course, yes.
But then I think everything else, it just depends what sort of mood I'm in and what I feel
So
like.
you don't have an earring obsession like I do?
No.
That's all right. I'm just always constantly going on about them, you know. But that's my favourite. It's just funny. That's my favourite piece of jewellery. But rings for our Sarah. Not Sarah. There's nobody here called Sarah. There is upstairs. Lovely Sarah Bennett. Teresa, can we just change your name? Can I just call you Sarah? It'll be so much easier for the rest of the show. Is that all right? Let's bring in number 9, shall we? Thank you for explaining it to me, because I do need that. Deluxe gem selection. My lapis, my rose quartz hearts, and my labradorite. Coming in at number 9. Oh, look at the Sheila. Woo-choo. I love, do you know what? I just love this selection. Because obviously lapis and labradorite, I think, work beautifully together because of the blues. But then the lovely pinks of, well, actually, I think it's Rose de France. It's amethyst, actually, and there's purples in there. They also work harmoniously with labradorite. So what a fantastic collection to have in the scoopage. DKSF for Freddie 16. Oh gosh, there's got to be about 250 gemstones there anyway. 250 carats. I've got squares, I've got petals, I've got rounds, cushion cuts. Beautiful. And if you got the silver wire bundle earlier that Teresa was working with, I mean, you could do the different colourway necklaces, couldn't you? I mean, this sort of with the silver wire, which we'll be doing with Teresa later at 3 o'clock. So we could be doing the lapis and the purples of the amethyst and the lilacs. Yeah. And all those lovely, interesting shapes. Gorgeous for something like this. Beautiful. So coming in at number 9, getting limited though, because a lot of you are finding these are making great stocking fillers, great gift ideas, because it's so much for so little, and you get to experiment with different size, shaped gemstones and different gem types, and you get so much in the scoop. And it's one postage packaging for the day, no matter how heavy that bundle is. Here comes your price at number 9. $15.95. There's a lot of labradorite, a lot of quality amethyst, and a lot of quality lapis in there as well for under 16 pounds. Look at that heart shaped. Isn't that beautiful? So many heart shapes in there. Gorgeous. Alrighty. Coming in strong at number 8. Put these with the golden pearls, the golden obsidian, and the agate. Booyakasha! Oh, put these with your rainbow hematite, because these are the biggest obsidians I've seen this year. I'm thinking of that red wire you've got on the table there. Oh, are they gorgeous? Look at these bad boys. They're fantastic. Just put a little red one in between there, or hold on a second, hold the front page. Look at the magic we can create. Look what I found in my box. Ooh! Gotta be done. Little shimmer of gold in there. Ooh, look at that. Hey. Oh! Now, did you get those beautiful? Going for gold earlier. Oh, that is Christmas. I will bring you that red shell, coral shell pearl later. But these obsidians are the biggest I've seen. Gosh, they are heavenly. Oh, look at this. Can you see this sheer light? Can you see that at home? Is it translating? It's so, there you go. You get a fraction of it, but there's loads here in the studio. Oh, get it in your hand, get it in your daylight, get it in your basket. Please don't miss out. These are beautiful 590 carats of gorgeousness of your rainbow obsidian. Oh, can't take my eyes off that light. They're beautiful. You know, one on a ring, one with your pearls in between. Did you get that gorgeous golden pearl section? Oh, did you get your golden hematites? Oh, I know, it's just noises. It's just so beautiful. It's just gotta happen. These are fantastic. Let's get your price on your screen. Oh, I wore the right top today. I know. Are they fantastic? They're beautiful. Oh, sorry. So I just slam into the microphone there. I will bring you those shells later in the show as well, so stay with me. Oh, stunning. JJGP23. We're going to bring you on a price now as well. This is a fantastic price. They're so big and fantastic. And on the strand as well, 5, 10, 15, 20. There's close to 24, if not more, on the strand itself. Individual 16mm rounds. Beautiful. Alrighty, I'm going to jump on now to number 7. My one-step looping pliers. Now, I've talked at great length with Teresa today about the bail, what do we call them again? The 6 bail? Bail wire tool makers as well.
Bail making pliers.
Bail making pliers. These are my one-step loopers. And again, it's a fantastic piece of equipment that once you've got it, you think, how did I live without it? And I think the tools are always a great, again, sorry to keep harping on about it, but I just think a great gift idea because, you know, especially if you know someone who loves doing the wire work, this is ideal. Do you have a set of these, my darling?
I don't, and I think I probably ought to have, given the amount of linking I do.
Do you know what? So the chances are someone you're thinking of at home hasn't got them, isn't it? So a great gift idea. I mean, I'm stunned that you only got your round nose pliers the other day, isn't it?
I did have some prior to that.
Right.
It's just that those ones are smaller and better.
You wanted the smaller, yeah.
Yeah, but I think anything with like that saves a bit of time is always going to be useful. Yeah,
exactly. And it just goes to show someone as experienced as Teresa actually hasn't got the one-step looper yet. So the chances are, if you're thinking of a stocking filler, your crafty maker, your jewellery maker hasn't got them either. So let's pop them in. And do you know what else? They're nice and lightweight. So I'm thinking of postage. Obviously, that's included in your one postage packaging for the day. But if you're posting them on as a present, they're nice and light as well. So it's not going to cost an arm and a leg. TFBD 84 coming in at number 7, but limited stock. 19.95. Oh, I've just attached myself. Should have been 24.95, but for you, from me to you to me, 19.95, but that is a limited offer for today and today only. So to get that £5 saving to put towards our lovely chain coming up at 4:45, 2 hours from now, I'll start by. Let's take advantage because after this tomorrow back to 24.95. Alrighty, moving on to number 6. My sterling silver clamshell beads. So when these are actually placed over your cord, your wax cord, or just, you know, they're so beautiful when they're closed and look very sort of beaded and round, and you know, the malleability of the silver is there, so you can physically just, you know, Teresa works a lot just with her hands, just physically close them, so it gives the effect of a lovely rounded bead on your gemstone piece, your gemstone creation. So functional in terms of clamping over cord or wax cord to hold piece in place. Sometimes a little dob of glue gives extra security, but also not just functional. I've seen bracelets with these dangling from entirely made out of. Absolutely stunning, really stunning. So a really pretty addition as well. And they're sterling silver, and you get 50 of those in the actual kit itself. There's the picture on screen for you. 50, and they're all 925 sterling silver. So really gone for that quality there. They're all 925 sterling silver. Beautiful. 50 of those. Gives a lovely finish to your piece as well. That's what I find. But think of them more beyond what their function is for. A little bit of a queue on the phone, but you know what? It's a free phone number on a local landline, 0800 644 655. GMGP98, and you know, anything you're ordering with us today, you're rolling over the one postage packaging price. That's on the website, of course, on www.jewellerymaker.com, but also you've got a money back guarantee to the 31st of January, so over 2 months. And you don't need necessarily a gift receipt for these. I know that's what you need in the shops, but you know, you've got that money back guarantee well into January. Okie dokie. Oh, Teresa's going to love these because of the quality and what she used. If you got the designer ice wire collection and the lily collection, these would be beautiful. Our incredible aquamarine. Aren't they beautiful? Well, I haven't asked you, Teresa, do you have a favourite gemstone?
It varies.
Oh, okay.
It really just does depend on what I've got, probably, you know, most recently. I do love labradorite. I've got a little bit of aquamarine, and every time I kind of get that, I really love it.
Are you a creature of colour? Or is it colours you tend to towards?
Again, it depends on how I feel, really.
Okay.
I got some sunstone a little while back and absolutely loved that.
It's stunning, isn't it?
So yeah, and then I did get some sapphires and rubies and
gotta be done.
So
I applaud you. It's gotta be done.
But aquamarines as well, very strangely, I got some, must have been about the same time, and they go really well with emeralds.
Well, I never have thought of that.
No, I wouldn't have.
Was that a happy accident?
Yeah. Just looks perfect together.
Well, isn't that interesting? Well, they're both. Why wouldn't they? Because they're both the beryl family.
Yeah.
And if you got some of the emeralds the other day, because we had some emeralds on the other day, or dare I say it, zavarites, because they're beautiful greens as well. I had those on last week, so there's something new for us to try. The emeralds, yeah, the beryls, of course they would go, wouldn't they? Beautiful. It's something I've never tried, but take it from Teresa, it works. And they sparkle. Look at that illuminating light. They're just beautiful. The brilliance and the quality of this strand. 45 carats, graduated faceted rondelles, QF for Freddie, SF08, but I'm very limited, and they would work so splendidly with the lily and the silver wire and the ice maiden, the ice lily, where did the ice maiden come from? That Teresa was working with in the first part of the show, the ice lily. Number 5, these are exquisite. These are top drawer, and those with white pearl. I've got this lovely white section coming up as well later on. You might just have a little hint, my winter bride, you know, with a little essence of that blue. Beautiful. The white and the blue, just stunning. Stunning. They are top drawer. Absolute flawlessness. I mean, there's only about maybe 1 or 2 few inclusions. The majority, I'd say 80% of that strand, flawless. That's how top drawer that strand is. It's just exquisite. Number 5, here comes your price. Oh, that's a lot of quality aquamarine for a tiny, tiny price. $14.95, 40 exceptional carats of unadulterated aquamarine. I mean, roughly, if you want me to gauge a quick Fifi count, there's close to 70 gems on there, on that strand. Yeah, and they get bigger, as you can see. So you're getting a lot of individual aquamarines on that strand. Gosh, that is amazing. $14.95, 45, forgive me, I think I said 40 carats, 45 carats. With the antique bronze findings as well, with some pearl. Beautiful. Just got that extra allure, that extra sparkle that draws us in. Coming in at number 4. Amazonite. And I love Amazonite with aquamarine. Let me show you why. Oh. Beautiful. Those two, heaven, aren't they? Because you've got the lovely opaqueness and the pretty patterns in your Amazonite, but then the sparkle and clarity of aquamarine. Put a white pearl in there. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. These are exceptional. These look really pretty as well with Larimar. Gorgeous with gold, you know, my gold, or silver actually, that's what's so fabulous about it. You know, if you look at it with the gold, beautiful. Or the silver, or even that sort of bronzed hematite I had earlier as well, very vintagey because there's an opaqueness there, it's very sort of 50s. Isn't that beautiful? Just lifts. Oh, gorgeous. I love these natural beauties. The Amazonite nuggets, they're so pretty. The swirling movement in there. There is an energy in the gem as well. So it's a very bright energy. It's unlike anything else. It's like your malachites, you know, and this is such a sumptuous quality strand because it can be very pale in colour, but these are really strong in their colour, very dynamic. They look especially good as well with black. Look especially good with black, I think. What do you think? Does that work, do you think, Sarah? Sarah, oh my God, I don't know what's happening to me today. Sorry, Teresa.
I think it does, yeah.
That's lovely, isn't it?
It is. I think probably then with silver.
Yeah,
Silver
okay.
findings.
We can do that.
Yeah.
With some silver. Oh, heaven. So coming in at number 4, that heavenly strand. Big nuggets, quality strand there. And again, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, not even working out at, well, there they are actually, £1 each. Less than £1 each. Top quality. CJGK 57. Okay. I've got my pink coloured copper wire to my right. Very pretty baby pinks. This is the 1mm. This has been so popular, so it's coming in very strong at number 3. And you're getting 100 meters, and it's a 1mm gauge. The baby candy pink. So pretty, isn't it? Again, you know, I'm thinking of the decorations, the little birds, the little tree of life, the wire wrap gizmoing. We could use that, you know, we could have a pink orchid in the vein of the lily that Teresa just showed us, couldn't we? And the little pink stamens coming down. Mix and match our wires, interact our wires. What would you do, Teresa?
Yeah. Well, when I was thinking about the lily, I was kind of wondering about the coloured wire. And one idea I did have was having the whole of the lily in pink, and then the stamens in the chartreuse.
Yes, that lovely vibrant minty green. Yeah, that would really pop. Yeah, I'm liking that idea. Okay, getting a bit of a queue on the phone for this one. It's very, very popular. 100 meters. And it, you know, it's heavy, but we're not charging extra for the weight of that delivery. So still added into one postage packaging for the day. And we've still got that late show to experience as well. $27.95. It's one of our absolute best sellers after, you know, the silver and the gold wire. 100 meters, going to go a long way. Going to go a long way. It's going to last such a long time. HMJM84. Sunshiny step quartz coming in at number 2. My lemon quartz. Oh, heaven sent. Colour of angels. Golden 50 carats of bright, illuminating, brilliant nuggets. How pretty are they? How beautiful would they be on an illusion piece? You know, just cascaded down, or with the gold pearls, or in they just are exemplary. The clarity is eye clean. They are flawless to my eye. The shape and the cut just plays on the light and the luster. They're golden honey sun rays of brilliance. Truly, truly remarkable. And again, that with the brilliance of, and the hint of maybe aquamarine, that blue. I mean, just look. The jewellery, oh, just gorgeous. Maybe the pop of something darker in there. Yeah. The sky and the sunshine. So beautiful. These have got to be seen to be believed. Mix them in with the warmth of, you know, the sunlight colours there as well. Beautiful autumn colours, yeah. That chain's coming up at 4:45. They are beautiful, really beautiful. Can't help but Mark's in today, they'll be straight into his precious box. Now, this is a very high-end, limited edition strand, so I congratulate you in advance if this is your choice. I am limited in stock because of the quality of which we're showing you. Fraction for what you pay set in the Jewellery on our sister channel. And again, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 outstanding, you know, faceted to bring out and unlock the beauty exquisitely. 18 on average, exquisitely brilliant, exquisitely eye clean, flawless, lemon quartz, 50 carats. So, gosh, well over 2.5 carats each they're working out at. $24.95. Sunshine, the embodiment of sunshine. So let's move on to number 1. Oh, beautiful with my lemon quartz. It is my rainbow coated champagne quartz. Have a little look-see. And again, oh, look at the colours. Look at the colours. They light up. They really are a champagne colour. It's almost like in the Oro Preto mines, you've managed to find big nuggets of gorgeous imperial topaz. I've never seen imperial topaz as big as this. You rarely see imperial topaz, but if I want to get close to that fantastic sherry colour, champagne colour, sunset colour, or it's very close to the paparacha colour or the lotus blossom flowers of Sri Lanka, those famous sapphires, then this is, I don't want to say substitute because it is a gorgeous gem in its own right, and fabulous, but akin to, shall we say, the closest we'll get to that magic. 170 carats, the rainbow champagne quartz, CSGK 34, and then that rainbow essence. Look at the way they light up, look at the way they glow. Some large gemstones there, the warmth, the honeys, the sherry colours, the blondes in there, the pinks, very paparacha. Let's bring in a price coming in at number 1. I know, so affordable as well at $8.95, under £9. CSGK 34. There is enough for you all there. A little bit of a queue on the phone line. Stay on that phone line. We want you to be successful. There is enough for you all there. It's coming in as a strong contender at number 1. Beautiful, glowing rich, sherry pinks and honey blondes there. Sumptuous. Love those. Love all the irregularity, the shapes as well. Really pretty. Alrighty. Now just to revisit the hammer and the block. I did pop it into my presentation with Teresa, but we think such great affordability, you know. I think Teresa said, you know, she had the block to start with and then ended up getting the chasing hammer because she wanted the flatter side and could only do the textured side with the hammer she had at home. So we saw the demonstration live on air. And there was a saving of £2 in this bundle. So the square steel block, hefty, but you know, it stops you damaging your surface area, your table, your work surface. Takes all the pressure out of and the impact. And then you think of the weight of that, how much that would cost to post. I dread to think, but we're just adding it into our order, so one postage and packaging price. And again, great for someone who loves their wire work, or even if they haven't tried the wire work, because the other thing you can do with this is strengthen your head pins, flatten your head pins. You may not even have ventured into the wire work side of jewellery making yet, but you will use it perhaps for texturizing, maybe even your silver clay pieces. Or like I said, flattening your head pins. strengthening those out because it changes the atomic structure in a way of the wire and the head pins and eye pins, as it were. Makes them stronger. $12.95. It should have been $14.95. HMGC 17. Another great stocking filler. And you know that $2.95, you're paying it for the day, not every time you purchase. Doesn't matter how heavy that gets with big spools of pink wire or steel blocks and hammers. It'll all be still included in the $2.95 for the day with a money back guarantee right to the end of January. Right, let's just recap what we've got coming up, because I've been wearing this fantastic bracelet. Think about your questions that perhaps you want to ask Teresa. Thank you for all your lovely, encouraging texts as well. Welcome Teresa to the Jewellery Maker family. We've got this fantastic bracelet, 3-strand bracelet, the earrings, and then of course the pièce de résistance, this exquisite necklace. And this is all from our designer inspired section with Teresa, which is a little bit later. Oh, there we go, dropping things. Our fashion connectors and our wire bundle. We've got our beautiful bride section, our under the sea section coming up as well. I've got those fantastic bright red coral shells there that I said I'd do at 4:45 as well. We've got the star by, which is the 2 spools, 20 meters, isn't it, darling? 20 meters. You're getting both, and you're just going to save on one of them. You're saving 2/3 of the price. So by bundling them together. Gorgeous, aren't they? And is the 20 meters, 10 meters on each, darling? Yeah, 10 meters of each, so 20 all together. So coming up at 4:45 for an exceptional saving by getting the 2 together. Rightio, still lots to do. I'm going to join Teresa right after this, so don't go anywhere, especially if you want to find out how to make something as gorgeous as this. So stay with me. We've still got 2 hours of the show. We've still got to see the hematite creation that Teresa's made as well later on.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. from Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Join us on Jewellery Maker as we count down the days until Christmas. Stay tuned to see perfect Christmas gifts for all your friends and family at prices you won't believe. And what's more, anything you buy can be refunded or exchanged until the 31st of January. So for hassle-free shopping and great value, it has to be Jewellery Maker.
We are about to join Teresa for the Designer Inspiration, second half of the show. So if you've been quietly admiring that fantastic bracelet that I've been very proud to wear, and the fantastic earrings and the necklace, then now is the time to join me, because we're going to take you through step by step just to show you how easy it is to make the jewellery, how easy it is to get involved and create something as beautiful as this out of the very simple wire findings and gemstone strands that I'm about to show you now. So let's start with the gemstone strands. And boy, are they stunning. I know you love your pearls, and I do. They are absolutely magic. And it's not necessarily just wearing grandma's pearls, isn't it? It's just zhuzhing them up so that your likes of Madonna and Rihanna and Kylie, you know, everybody's wearing the pearls. They're not old-fashioned, they can be really brought bang up to date. They are timeless. So, taking you through what we've got in this bundle. We've got the golden shell 6mm rounds, the embodiment of gold itself, just gorgeous. And because it's the shell itself, we can make them absolutely eye perfect. We've also got the pre-night bicones, 70 carats in that gentle pastel shade of almost like the chartreuse, but the little apple greens there. We've also got the white cultured pearl nuggets, which almost gives the appearance of quiche pearls, poppy seed pearls, but they're just the irregular nuggets there, and fabulously scented drills, so they almost create like a tinsel effect. And then, oh, I mean, champagne blonde, look at those honeys. Aren't they stunning? 8 by 7 millimeter, freshwater cultured pearls, absolutely beautiful. And added to that, we have the findings. Now, this is what you normally get in our kits. I know you can't see it from the bag, so I'll just show you on a slide. So this is what you'd see incorporated in kits generally, but with my fashion connector kit, designer inspired by Teresa, we have the chain, the meter of the bronze coloured antique bronze plated copper findings chain, toggles, ribbon ends, eye pins, head pins, shepherd hooks, jump rings, crimps, crimp covers, bolt ring clasps, got it all in there, 98 pieces in total. HRGC 47, and the only other component is another bundle I'll bring you in a moment. So let's bring you the price on these two components that Teresa's made the jewellery from, and the only other component is wire, which I'll bring you in a moment. I know, it's like a little cheeky mini kit. Look at that, $24.95. So, you know, you could argue £5 for the findings, then £20. Those strands are working out at £5 each. I'd charge that and more for the necklace alone, for this exquisite bracelet. Isn't that amazing? That bracelet is just beautiful. It's just flipped over on me there, but look at that, the 3 strands there. And rather than, you know, a 3-strand connector, Teresa's made her own. We'll talk more about that. Actually made her own, so you can actually layer your cuff bracelets to be exactly what you want with our wire bundle, which we'll do in a moment. And then made her own links, which she says she's very fond of doing. And then we've got all our findings. So I know Teresa's only used a fraction. I can see a carabiner clasp, a pair of shepherd hooks, and she's actually made her own link there. So 2 of the findings there have been used. Maybe some eye pins actually, forgive me, yeah, maybe some eye pins there as well. And actually a bit of chain. So a fraction of the findings has been used to make these 3. So there's loads left over, we're going to talk to Teresa about, but $24.95 for the essential gems and the findings pack itself. That goes towards making this fabulous jewellery. Let's bring the wire on and then we can experience how to make it. In the same vein of the silver bundle, we've gone for 3 different gauges for you in the antique bronze to fit in nicely with the antique bronze findings. We've got the 1 millimeter wire, and that is 100 meters. So again, from a structural point of view, perfect. 100 meters, the 1 millimeter thick. We've then got the 0.8, 100 millimeters, 100 meters I should say, the 0.8, and last but not least, the 0.4, 10 meters. The 0.4, 10 meters. So 3 exceptional spools there. Because we've bundled it together, we're given a saving. EPG C16 should have been £55.95. Do you mind if I just round up to 56? Forgive me the 5 pence. Put it towards Pudsey. £56 for these 3 exquisite spools. But we want to give you savings today, so we can donate to Pudsey. So £11, sorry, a £10 saving there. Or £11 almost, yeah. So it should be 56, £11 saving. $44.95. You got the 0.4, the 0.8, which is a huge favourite of all of our designers, and the 1 millimeter. So that was the only other component with the wire bundle and the gemstone strand bundle, and that came with all your, what do you call them? Findings, thank you. That Teresa used. Right, I'm going to take everything over to see her, our lovely Teresa, so we can find out how to make all these gorgeous pieces. So where did the inspiration come from with these?
Well, I think again it was sort of trying to solve a problem. I wanted to do a 3-strand necklace, but I didn't want it to just kind of hang in a rounded sort of shape. I wanted a V with a drop on the end of it.
Right.
So the centerpiece of the necklace was really where it all kind of started from.
Okay.
I was trying to work out how I might be able to put the strands together to be able to get that V shape.
Yes.
And then once I'd done that, I thought, well, hang on a minute, there are other connectors that you can really do with this. So they're actually all pretty similar, kind of play on a theme, really. But yeah, it all just kind of ties in once you've finished. And there are sort of slight differences I'll point out as we go along.
Marvellous. Well, I think the end result is just splendid, so take it away.
Okay. So if we start with the centerpiece of this one,
Okay, darling.
and it's actually worked from the bottom part of it upwards. So one piece of wire, you need sort of a reasonable length. This is far longer than you actually need. I tend to work with more, and then because I design as I go,
Yeah, exactly.
and then I can use it. But it's always quite useful to hang on to as well. And then one shorter piece, which is the middle piece for wrapping on.
So that's the 1 millimetre, is it, my love?
That's all 1 millimetre.
So I'd say that's about 15 centimetres? Maybe
About 20, 20 to 25, but
20.
You probably wouldn't need more than 15 actually. So this one's going to get bent in half with a loop. So my bell making pliers is a back out again. So more or less in the middle, and we'll just bend that around. And again, I'm going to cross it right the way over, and then take it out of there, and come in and pull those back again. So you've got, I don't know what shape you call that.
Well, it's a similar technique to what we did at the start, isn't it? We've created that hoop and then the 2 parallel drops.
Yeah, I mean the only the difference with this one, I've just kind of put them in a little bit too close together, is that you need the other wire to go in between these two.
Right.
So let's just get that so they look broadly similar. Pop it back onto the pliers and just move them around a little bit. There we go. And they will be parallel at the end, but we can sort that out.
They will be parallel.
It might be my favourite phrase, persuading it into place, but yes. And then this short piece of wire, I just put a little, as small as you can get, so this might be interesting, a little loop.
There,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is why I love these pliers. So a little one there, and then just kink that back so it's straight. So we've got that one. All that's really doing is holding everything in, holding it in place. So it's going to go there. So these 3 wires are going to get wrapped onto, but the small one will eventually sit there. So if we grab hold of all of it, and then we can just manipulate these wires to something that will eventually look straight. I just need to straighten those off a little bit.
A bit more persuasion there.
Yes. Just because I'm live, it wants to have its own way. Right. That's a little bit better. So this is, I know this is quite difficult to sort of keep hold of and sort out from the beginning, but it will kind of come together at the end. So we've got that as sort of the starting shape. They're a little bit less straight than I'd like, but they will kind of push themselves in together at the end. And then we're starting the wrap with the 0.4. I can't remember how I started now. Yes, I did start in the middle one. That was fine. So the only thing with it, you don't want to do too many wraps because it will push that middle one too far down to be able to get any other pendant on there.
Okay.
So all I've done with this is just a couple of wraps just to anchor it and hold it in place, really. that starts that going. And then we can place that one, once it's got the wraps in it, inside this one. I'll pop it over that way so I don't hook in the spare bit of wire. It will want to find its own place. And then to start the wrap, coming over on that one, so I shall go over, get that out of the way first, go over the bottom one, and I want 2 wraps on those bottom 2 wires.
Yeah.
And then after the second one's gone through, I want to put the wrapping wire through between them.
And take the other 2.
So then we can put, then we can
Right.
wrap it on the other 2.
I see. So just
And
repeat
then-
that.
Yeah.
Would you mind? Is
So
that
we've
okay, darling?
we've gone through here.
Show
So
that
I'm
side
just
on.
trying to. It's
That's all right. I know it's demonstrating. It's a bit difficult.
it's
So
just
we've gone-
pushing itself upwards. You can, whilst it's slipping around, you can kind of push it down afterwards to where you want it to go. But at some point, it decides it doesn't want to move anymore. So just make sure it's down
So
there.
if we just do a side
Right.
view of that, my darling, again, is that all right?
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
there?
lovely. Yeah.
So yeah, we're going over the bottom 2 wires as I've
Yeah.
got it here. Once wrapped again, and we just push that so it's
Flush,
together.
yeah.
And then we'll go through. So I'm just
Between
trying to figure out
those
which
two.
wires which. Through those 2,
And around
then
the top 2.
yeah,
And then back through.
and then back through.
And then we
those.
just repeat that.
And we just carry on doing that for, I think there was 3 wraps on each side.
If I
Doesn't
show you,
really
this is-
matter. Personal preference, really.
This is the effect here. So it's knitting all 3, but going 2, and then changing, going to the other alternate 2, and then coming back to the other 2. So it creates that lovely crisscross effect. Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing I do find, if the wires are slipping about a bit, one thing to go down. What tends to help kind of put it all in place is my nylon jaw pliers.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I use for a multitude of different sort of different reasons. But if I just give it a squidge there,
Ah, yes, just sort of.
it just seems to settle wires and stop
Yeah.
everything moving about quite so
Slipping.
much.
The nylon coated ones, because it protects your copper. Your
Yeah.
bronze on your copper wire.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could do it with the flat nose, although I
Yeah.
mean, these obviously have got a wider area to be able
wider
to,
grip, yeah.
to go on, and you just need to be a little bit careful with the flat nose, so you're not kind of scuffing the
Taking that
wire
lovely,
or or flattening
colour
it
off.
too much.
Yeah, of
really.
course, yeah.
These have got a little bit of give in them, so you can't really do it too much. And then what I found, what we're moving to next, is the first of the 2 loops. But what I found, because once you've stopped once you've finished the weave, obviously you've got quite a difference between where you finished at the top and at the bottom. And if you're not careful, then when you make the loops, they're not in the same place.
Okay.
So I found 1 extra wrap, the other side to the one
Oh.
you've just done, just seems to square it up without
Okay.
kind of ruining the pattern.
Yeah. Just for your finish. Yeah, I understand. So it doesn't look uneven and yeah. Yeah.
And then you need to decide which way round did I do them. Yeah. Whether you want the loops to be sort of the front bit to be going downwards or upwards.
Yeah,
Just depends
yeah, we
which
could
way
do either or.
which way you're going. So those are going. I'll do this one the same as that is.
To loop up or to
Yeah.
loop down?
And all you need to do to make the loops, obviously, get your pliers in somewhere that will make about the right size that you want. Because you can't get it right the way in, I start sort of part way up,
Right.
and then move it down to more or less where I want the loop to be, and then I can carry on pulling that wire around and then back going in the same direction it started from. And I'll do the same, just move the wrapping wire out of the way, then do the same on the other side. Turn it until, sorry, just make sure they're even, and then carry on with this one. Again, this new wire is really quite
nice and malleable, yeah.
Soft, so you can actually do it. It starts looking a little bit messy at that point, partly because I've got this wibbling around, but we'll neaten that up in just a second. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. And then you find you've got a little bit, the wrapping wire is a little bit further down than you want to carry on with the weave.
Right.
So you just fill in to get to the next kind of bit of the weave. You fill in by wrapping the centre wire just 2 or 3 times.
So if we just hold what you've just done to the camera very briefly for me. That's all right, before we... You can actually, I know because we're demonstrating, you can actually just cut a bit of that off because we're just demonstrating for now.
I'm not sure how much I need.
Oh, okay,
so
darling.
that's why
we could just show the loops.
It. So that's where the loops are.
But I just want to see these loops that you're... Lovely. So there... So now we're going to carry on with the wrapping wire.
Yeah, and I've got the wrapping wire here, and I'm just sort of taking it through.
Okay.
So just sort of 3.
And that's
three
the middle
times
one you've gone 3
there.
times round.
Yeah, it really is only to get the wire back to where you want it to be for wrapping.
I see, yeah. Because at the moment it was above the loops and we need it to get down a bit
so
to repeat that lovely crisscross weave. Yeah.
So now we're more or less in where we need to be to carry on with wrapping. I don't know if those loops are. So I think they are the same. It's just the angle I'm looking at, I think.
It's always different when you're demonstrating, isn't it?
And then we carry on again. We've just come through that middle sort of section. So I can do a wrap on this one. And then, oh, they are moving about a bit now. There we go. And then back through, did I make it through? Yeah. And then back to wrap the top.
So we're going back to...
Sorry, I'm just... my eyesight is just phasing out on which wire is which. So I'm just kind of checking where I'm putting it. So yeah, so we've got the two wraps as we were wrapping before, and because basically these bits that you've kind of turned are now sort of slightly proud, so it starts looking a little bit messy. But I suppose I like to do a couple of wraps just to get that out of the way a little bit, and then again it's back in with the nylon jaw pliers and just squidge all of that back flat, and then suddenly it starts looking a lot neater again.
Lovely.
And then I think it was about 4 wraps, I think, then on each prong, just to get to the next sort of bit. We'll see if I can just kind of get to there, and then I can show you again because this one's the same. Same once again.
Back up through one,
Yeah.
round the other 2,
And
back
this
up
is-
through one.
Yeah, this is where it starts getting a little bit simpler, but because you've got something to
You've got
hang
the
on
structure,
to, really. So it might be useful if I did kind of slow down a little bit, because you at least get a little bit more of a clue. That's 4. 4 there, and then once again, oh, call that one. Just 1 around that that wire, just so we've got it coming up to the same. And then
Oh yes, yeah.
I'll see if I can just do these turns again. So I go in at the top, and which way am I going? Oh, it's in the way, that's why. Just turn that. I'm doing a little bit kind of wrong-handed again, but I can just show you. Turn it to where you want it, which I think is about there. Just move that one out of the way, and then carry that on. And do the same with the bottom one. I'll tilt turn it where I want it. I really am all over the place now. There we go.
No, we're following, that's fine.
Just check that they're level. Oh, it's gone a bit big, so just move that in. That one in. If your wires do start sort of getting kinked out again, just you only need sort of straightening up, that's fine. So then we've got the next two loops.
Beautiful.
And once again, we just need to
wrap around the middle
wrap.
one.
Yeah.
A few times just to.
That one is a bit high actually, so I'm just going to go in and just adjust that.
Now the wire bundle is on your screen, EPG C16. Should have been £56, so there's £11 saving on that wire bundle with the 0.8, the 1mm and the 0.4 gauge. So that's 210 meters in total that Teresa is using. And at the bottom of your screen, HRG C47 is the 4 strands of the pearl, the shell, the pre-night biocones and the champagne pearls, plus your 98-piece bronze plated copper findings, and they're at the bottom of the screen for £24.95. We're currently at the pendant part of this lovely 3-strand necklace.
Yeah, just lost where I'm going. Just squidged that back again. So then all we need to do is the wrapping to get us up to the top. Which we should have the same number of wraps in the middle, because then all the loops are even. So I'm just going to do 4 on each one again.
Could I ask you to just show that sideways onto the camera again? Is that all right, my love? Yeah. Just in case anybody missed that, they've just joined me to create this lovely, it's almost like a little sort of checkered effect.
Oh, sorry, there we go. So that's where we're at. We've just come through the bottom 2, so we're over the top 2 twice, and through that one, and then over the bottom 2 twice. That is twice, yep. Can't count to 2, that's not very helpful. There we go. And then we've got our last kind of one that
evens it out.
That does that. And I think that is actually all the wrapping we need to do. So I think I started off with about 50 centimetres and I've got 30 left, so you don't need anywhere near that amount. So that's where we're at. And what I tend to find with this wrap is the middle one does pull itself out one way or the other.
Right.
So if you can, I don't know if it will pick it up on screen, but the outside 2 are sort of forward from the middle one.
Yes, I see that. Yeah.
So again,
get your
just kind of going in with those.
Yeah.
Give it a quick squeeze, and it just settles them all, so that they're flush. Yeah.
More flush, rather. Yeah.
So I think that was kind of where we got to. At the top, just double checking what I'm doing, and then I think all I did in terms of the top, I will come out and just undo that bit, is just sort of, well, actually probably easier to leave this and just kind of do the wraps at the end, just make sure everything's tight.
Okay.
So I'm going to cut that so we haven't got quite so much moving around. And then, of course, what you've got is 3 wires to deal with at the top. Because I want 2 connectors, that's what these 2 are going to be.
Yes.
And instead of going right the way round and carrying on with the weave, we just go round and then cut it off.
Right.
So really normal loops. I tend to go in at this stage and do it first. Do the looping first, just to make sure I've got it in about the right place. No, we'll cut that one off first. just so I've got it kind of evened up, and that is a little bit closer than the bottom one, so there we go. And then cut off the excess rather than cutting it a certain length and then you realise you haven't got enough. So I'll just chop that one off. There. And of course, once you've got it like that, it's not flush. So this is where the flat nose probably is the better one to go in and just push it back so it's all flush with each other. And then we can do the same on the other side.
Those round nose pliers as well at the bottom of the screen now, $3.95, XTGX13. And then you just use the flat nose to...
Yeah, and just take that one off, put that back.
They just get a little bit closer, don't they, rather than the round nose? They just get closer into...
Yeah, I think actually they're the snipe nose ones, aren't they? So, yeah, so then we've got all of our loops, and we've just got one spare bit of wire to deal with.
Okay.
Now, in terms of what you can do, you know, with
said wire,
this, it's entirely up to you. You could put a little spiral on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think because of it, when I did the other bits and pieces, I was trying to kind of get everything to sort of match in. Actually, what you can do now is finish this wire off so it's out of the way. So I'm just going to wrap that around the nearest end wire, again just a couple of times.
Like sewing back and forth. And
yeah, once you've got a loop there, it is more like sewing than anything else. And then when I cut off the wire, just to try and keep it flush, what I tend to do is take it around further than I want to go with it, and then I'll bring it back because it's kind of coiling in the right direction.
Right, okay.
Then I'll cut it off. Obviously, it's a little bit out. It's a little bit further out of the wire than it would be if it was tight round. So again, you can go in with your flat nose or your nylon jaw just to push that down so you haven't got anything catching then. Yeah. So that's the back anyway. And at this point, I know I don't need this one anymore either. So I can chop that off. That's quite well caught already because it's where we started from. So we take that off. So I think all I did with this one was a little swirl? Yeah. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to start it by hand and see how see how tight I can get it really. Now obviously this one is the one that will move around until this is kind of bent over. Right. So before you do anything with it, just check that the little loop at the bottom is where you want it to be.
Okay.
Whilst you're wrapping, it might want to move itself down, so you can actually pull it back at this point if it is a bit loose. So I'm going to go over there, and then I'm going to start wrapping it that way. Turn it upside down, might be a bit easier. And it's really entirely up to you as how far you want to go with that. I'm going to take it right the way round like that and then cut it off.
It's easy enough to manipulate, isn't it? Just twist and...
Yeah, and again, it's a little bit prouder than I want it to be.
Just flatten.
So I'll just flatten it. And then that's the finished connector.
And you've tucked all your edges in, so we don't need to file those? Or...
No, I mean, there's just nothing there to catch.
No, there isn't.
So that's that one.
Marvellous. And what's next? So that's our centrepiece. So now we've attached our lovely little sort of tiny nugget pearls and our champagne pearl in the middle.
Would you like me to do the drop bit next? Would that be
yes, I'd
useful?
Love. Yeah, I'd love you to.
It's not. I'll just say it's not particularly difficult, but
we want to create the whole thing, and then I wouldn't mind if that's all right. If we've got the time, just to see a little bit of how to create, just because there's a lot of new people watching all the time. Just let's create a little bit of chain.
Yeah, we can do.
And we've got texts coming in as well, so any questions that you want to see, text into 60777 as well for this demonstration. We'll get that up for you as well. Start your message, James Studio. Myself and Teresa would like to hear from you. But Audrey would like to know what length and gauge of wires did you use for the flower earlier? You know, in the first technique. Oh, right. Yes, Audrey, for our lily, what length is the flower, we think she's asking? Let me just do a quick measure. Yeah, the length of these, when we made the 3 strands, how long were these, would you say? Do you remember for our lily?
I mean,
the 1 millimetre. We bent them over.
Yeah, I mean, I think they end up being probably about 20 centimetres.
I think you said 20, yeah.
I'd probably start off with about 25 or 30 centimetres just to give yourself the room to be able to manoeuvre.
Yeah, and that was the 1 millimetre, Audrey.
Yeah.
And then the actual wrapping of the flower was done in metre lengths. Was that right, darling?
More or less, yeah.
0.4?
It depends on. Sorry, I'm just wondering how much. Yeah, it is a couple of inches.
Yeah.
Finished.
Because if it was too long, Audrey, with the 0.4 for the wrapping, you get yourself in a knot and in kinks and...
Yeah. I mean, in total, it used about 5 metres, I think, 4 or 5 metres. But I tended to do it in about a metre length because otherwise it just kinks up and
and it's
not very sociable. Yeah. So
but good question, Audrey. So we'll continue. So we're going to move on to our little flower, and you've got your champagne pearl in the middle, and then the poppy pearls, the nugget pearls, and that moves freely.
Yeah. I mean, this sort of posed the next conundrum, really.
Yeah.
Because the pearls being what they are, they tend to have very small drill holes and wouldn't fit on a head pin, so I had to come up with some other solution. I didn't really want wire all the way around it, and I wanted it to be able to kind of hang independently. So I came up with a bit of a solution with some of the 0.4 wire, where I just sort of, again, the usefulness of having these small round nose pliers was just to kind of, just to take a bit there, perhaps, do a small loop.
Yep.
Grab the end of it with flat nose or round nose pliers, doesn't really matter. Make it a little bit smaller. And then essentially sort of you're tying a knot, really.
Okay.
So you're sort of just taking the wire around again, bit of a spiral almost, really. So it's not all that easy to grab hold of. But really just sort of trying to kind of nestle the wire that you've brought round into that piece, just so you've got something that isn't going to go anywhere, and the pearl isn't going to go anywhere. So then we can just bring that one up. I'm trying to get it so that wire is sort of fairly central when it sits in the bead. I'll show you in a minute. Take the little end off, and then essentially what you've made is a head pin out of the 4 mil wire. So you can pop the pearl on, and it's going to sit and it isn't going to go anywhere. So that's the top of it, and then if we can just sort of see, there's probably easier. It's quite a low profile. If you wanted it to sit a little bit closer to the bead, you can just kind of push it and manipulate it a little bit more. And then I think for the top, I wanted it to be a little bit, I wanted the loop to be a little bit away from the bead itself, so it's a simple wrap loop. So we'll go in, we'll kink it around about there, and do our, that's the only problem with the 4 mil, it tends to sort of take itself out of shape a little bit. So
about 3/4 centimetre.
Yeah. I mean, however much you want to wrap, really, and that might be a bit more than I did. Just move that down a little bit. So I don't know, 3 or 4 mil possibly, and then that's just sort of taking that wire around. Go carefully with it because it will pull it out of shape if you're not sort of
if you're too rough, it can.
So I'm just trying to get them as neat as possible next to each other then, just down to the bead.
Looked like a tiny bit of gizmo work down there actually. That's what I thought when I saw it. It's like some very neat gizmo work. It's just freehand wrapping.
Yeah, I might have to patent micro gizmo.
Yeah, the micro gizmo.
So so that's the bead as we've got it now.
Lovely.
And then for the pearls around it, all I've done is strung on some of those little nuggets to another bit of 4mm actually, and taking it around in a loop. Normally I wouldn't have these on, it was just to stop the beads kind of coming off. And then I think all I wanted to do was was just make sure that they were all held firmly. So I just took it and gave it a couple of twists at the top there. I didn't want to go too far up because I want one of those to be coming down to make a loop. So just chop that bit off now. And because this is wrapped and this will be wrapped, obviously this has got to go on before you finish. So if I start the loop, take that down between those pearls. Pop that through, make the little loop that you want. That will sit in between the beads, so that'll be fine. But before you finish it,
thread on your pearl.
Thread that one on, and then we can just give that another little wrap just to secure it. And then what you can do, I'll leave it there because this is going to get wrapped as well. If you don't like the look of the loop coming down being quite sort of open, because I've gone down one side and up the neck, so it is quite a sort of big loop, you can then take your pliers in onto that loop and twist that loop around a little bit, which I can't do on live TV apparently. Doesn't really matter, it's out of shape, but just sort of twist it to get it a little bit smaller really. So then that kind of sits there, and because all of this is just 4mm, obviously you can then kind of tweak it into whatever shape you want it to be. I'm going to cut what I kind of took down and wrapped around. I'll cut that one off, and again then you've only got one to deal with. And then that needs, I think, a loop going the opposite direction onto the connector. So again, I've got the loop started, but it's going to get wrapped in. So this needs to go on before I finish it. At that point, you probably need to decide which way the front is, which I haven't quite decided, but
getting limited on the stock as well on both of these, the wire bundle and the pearl and pre-night bundle at the bottom of the screen that Teresa is working with. So right, so we just
hook that on, and then we're just going to finish wrapping that wire around. And at that point, however big you want to make it, you can make it neat, or you can sort of expand it further out so it's a fatter little coil, or however you want to finish it really. If you want to do a little spiral on there, you could do.
And we've got our 3 links now for the rest of the necklace, haven't we, already there in our pendant.
So yeah, I mean the only difference then with the links, sort of the 3 into 1 link, is obviously you've got more ends of the wire because you haven't got the loops at the top, at the ends. I needed to cut two bits of wire and do something with them. So I think that kind of the mirrored swirl, sort of half swirl almost.
Well, just Could you demonstrate that a little bit for me? Because we've had some text in about that. Just to, how do we create that 3 connector then?
I can. I'm going to have to start from scratch, if that's all right.
Or if we can just, or if we can talk and demonstrate at the set, well, you know, if we can.
Well, actually, if I start an end of it, and I'll just sort of get a
then
bit
we repeat
wrapped,
that the other side.
and then I'll do the end.
That'd be great, because we're loving the fact that you kind of achieved your own connectors there, without having to buy the finding, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, this one is a little bit more difficult to start with because you've got the loops at the bottom of that one. It tends to make it a bit more stable. These are all going to be quite free until you do something with them.
Right, okay.
But that's not anything to worry about. You can pull them back into place if they are sort of moving about. So again, sort of starting off, start with one of them.
And they're about 15 centimetres, aren't they? Probably less, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, you don't need anywhere near that much, but it's just something to grab onto to handle, really. So I'm just taking the 0.4 round to do a couple of wraps. And then we'll bring in one more of the wires. There we go. And wrap that one as we did before with the two wraps.
Oh, we're doing our 2 and our 1 again.
Yeah. But because you're only using those 2 to start with, all you do,
so just go round and under, round and under, like a figure of 8.
Yeah. Well, no, it is over it. It's over it, exactly the same as we did, over, and then through.
Can we show everybody at home? Because I've.
Sorry, this
that's
is
all right, darling.
I'm doing the same once I've added this one in anyway.
Yeah.
So then you can add your third one on top of all of that, and that's where it needs to be. Yeah. And then again, you're going over both of those, through.
Gotcha, I understand. Yeah.
Over
so
again, and
then
just
to
through
start
the
us
top
off,
one.
wasn't it, with the other 2?
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, because you've got the 3 pieces together with the first one, they're already together. Because these are all separate anyway, you can start with one.
Sure, you've got to anchor on.
Add the second,
then add the
third.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then that's just exactly the same as it was before. Going over twice, through, and then over the other 2.
Getting lots of lovely texts saying everybody's loving what you're doing. They love you, darling. We're loving what you're creating, so.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, so that's exactly as we were doing it before. I'll just do a little bit of it. I won't carry on with the rest of that kind of end of the connector, because I think it's the ends that we really need to sort of see. Actually, you could do one end and then carry on with it and do the other end. There's no reason why you need to do all of the wrapping at once, really. So I've got 3 wraps will do for now on there. And again, I mean, this might, I don't know if you can see it any easier, but again, that bottom one's sort of trying to, the middle one's trying to kind of come out.
Yeah.
So I will give that one a bit of a
little squish.
Now Ted in Oxford says, hello Fee, hello Teresa. It's so nice to see how someone else deals with the everyday problems associated with creating your own findings and pieces that you don't normally find in the shops, and how you overcome the need to keep wrapping equal on 2 or more wires. Certainly hope to see more demos from yourself in the future.
Oh, thank you very much.
There we go. It's great. I'm loving the fact exactly that, Ted, overcoming these obstacles.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this one will be carrying on wrapping, so I'll leave that sort of. I might actually just sneakily wrap that out of the way there. So we've just got to kind of assume that that's sort of carried on there.
We can assume.
We've got one end. This little sort of tail I don't need anymore. Normally, again, I'd probably kind of leave it there
till the end,
till the end, just so I can pull it and tighten everything up if it just does get a little bit loose. But then what we've got, obviously for one piece, I don't know, is it worth sort of putting it next to the...
Yeah, why not? Yeah, whatever helps.
So I can just kind of show where I'm going with each bit. It might just make it a little bit more sort of explainable. So I'm assuming it's going to be like that, basically. This bit will be this piece here.
Yeah.
So the bottom one, once again, we want the loop to connect with. Mm-hmm. So that's a simple one to deal with. If we can get it just in the right spot. We'll just go round again, as we did before, with the ends and then chop off the excess. So that will be what you've got in terms of where it sort of comes to.
Yeah.
You've got all of the other bits of connectors, and you've got 2 wires left that you don't know what you're
doing with. Quite frankly, we don't know what to do with them. So what do we do?
So what I'm going to do with this one, the top one,
right.
Is bend that through and back on itself. I don't know how to explain it. I'll just do it.
Okay, my love.
So I'm going to pull it down.
We do it slowly so we can...
Yeah. So I'm going to be in the way, whatever I do. There we go.
So this is the top one.
Yeah, so I'm pulling it down, round. I'm just going to grab hold of that so it's not moving anywhere. And then over again. And that's the shape that you're trying to create. I'm going to make it just a little bit tighter than that because the other one's got to go round. So just grab hold of it for a minute and then pull that. And that's kind of close enough. Yeah, so that one's quite a tight sort of loop going round.
Yes.
And then all the middle one needs to do is follow that round.
Gotcha.
So we'll have a go doing it this way. So go round. Trying to hold on. There we go.
So we go down first, around, and then up.
Yeah, and that's just nowhere near tight enough. Just a second. There we go, and then that's just following that round, and you can make those as tight together as you like, or that's got a little bit of a space in it, and that's quite nice as well. And then these two just need
snipping.
Just need snipping off.
Okay.
That will hold those 2 wires. As you can see, this one's moving about a bit just because it isn't held this end.
Well, we haven't carried on doing the little
carried
wrap,
on, but it will be. But that will then hold those 2 in the same way as that one will be held. So I'll chop those ones off. You might need to just pull them up away from the main sort of thing a little bit, just to get in to be able to snip, and try and get the 2 cut about at the same sort of parallel kind of stage. So that's it cut, and then again they're a little bit sort of proud of the wrapping, so my trusty nylon jaw pliers, which I'm going to need some new ones before too much longer because it's beginning to look a little bit ragged. Just sort of squidge it all back in again. And you find actually again it's not really got any burrs or anything to catch on.
It is true. Yep, exactly. It is true.
I was quite surprised when I first did it.
Yeah, you expected to like catch it, but no.
Because I really thought it would, but no, that's how that bit just kind of gets done. So and carry on the other side to do the same.
Shall we create a bit of this chain then? If we haven't got our findings, can we do a bit of this? Was this created with the wire, or did you use the pins?
I did use the wire again, and I'm just to get some of my beads out.
So we've just done that section. So we're just going to show you how to create, because like you said yourself, the pearls and the different gem types, they have the different drill holes, don't they, in terms of gauge diameter.
Yeah. Oh.
So
I think I've got a few of those kicking around.
They're the little nugget pearls.
Yep. I'll do one with those. I'll do the second one with those actually, and I'll do one with the shell pearl.
Lovely.
Because they are 2 different ones.
Yes.
I mean, in the pack you get the 0.8 as well as the 1 4 that I've used. So just looking for my choppers. There we go.
That's all right. So that's the 0.8 that you get in the wire bundle. That's on the screen now for £44.95. Should be £56.
And what I found was although this one might test me now, the shell pearl does actually fit on the 0.8 wire. There we go. Yes, it does. Here's one I made earlier. Yeah. So all you need to do with that one is pop it on, turn the loop at the end, and then you've created an eye pin basically. Chop off the other end. Oh, ping everything everywhere, and then turn the loop again. And I always tend to turn my loops the opposite way to the one I've already made. I don't know why,
okay.
I just do.
Would you make these all first?
I tend to make these all separately, partly because I'm designing as I go, then I can sort of work out where things are going to fit. So that's just your kind of standard sort of link. But the pearls, the pearls, the little nugget pearls and the other pearls, as we've already said, won't go on the 0.8 wire.
So we use the 0.4.
Obviously won't go on the 1 mil wire either.
No.
So we have to use the 0.4. So I must have a piece sitting here somewhere. Take it off of this one. Don't throw it on the floor. Right. So with this one, as you just sort of saw, I put the pearl on first and then turn my first loop. You don't really need to if you've got a piece.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite useful for using up all your pieces.
Yeah.
But normally I'll actually do it on the reel.
Oh, right,
because I'm frugal like that. Then I don't waste any wire at all.
No, we don't want any waste.
So I should do this the way if you've got a piece of wire rather than putting them all on first and then they'll fall off the end. So this one's basically a wrap loop. So again, going in. It's a bit easier to show when the gemstones aren't on there. I take it right the way round and then just pull that round just to wrap it a couple of times. And then chop that end off. And I'll just square that up because it's sort of a bit skew with. And then select your nuggets, the ones that you feel kind of sit together.
3, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean there are sort of smaller ones and bigger ones. So what I tended to do was put
thicknesses, don't they?
Yeah, put the bigger ones on in the middle. A couple there, and some of them sit better together sort of visually than others as well. So I'm just trying to find one that might look quite nice. It's got quite a bit in it. So you've got the 3. I've just done them in 3s because I felt like it. You can do as many as you like, but obviously with it being 4 mil wire, if you made it too long, then it wouldn't have very much solidity to it. So smaller is probably better. You can do them just kind of singly if you wanted to, but obviously they'd be quite a lot smaller than the other.
They're just more noticeable, but the impact is greater, isn't it? Like some of that 3. Yeah.
So we've got the 3 on there, and then we just repeat again with another wrap loop this end.
So essentially it's making your gemstone chain out the individual links.
Yeah, I mean the only thing I found, if what you were doing was putting just the shell pearl or the
pre-night.
It's
just shell pearl
again.
and
the
pearl and pre-night,
the pre-night or the shell pearl alternately with the pearls, you'd be fine, because obviously all you need to do is open one of those links to put it on to the wrap loops.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to put, like here, the 2 types of pearls together, you can't, because they're both wrap loops.
Yes, so what do we do?
Well, all I did was gizmoed a bit of the 0.8 wire and then made my own jump rings out of it.
Lovely.
Obviously, if you've got some jump rings, you could use those. But
well, exactly, there are some in the kit, but it's the size. You've gone for the same sort of size by making your own.
Yeah, I do tend to make my own jump rings quite a lot, because I know it'll all match in, and I can make them the size I want to make them as well.
And did you make those at the 0.8, the jump rings?
Yes, yeah.
So that's essentially beautiful. Have we got any more texts, my loves? We've got loads, apparently. Loads! Oh, right, okay. The 6 bale pliers, 6 multi-way, we actually currently don't have these in stock. I'm sorry, we are trying to get these back in stock, so we'll keep you posted as and when they come in. I've seen you use today the round nose, obviously. I suppose people can use all sorts, really, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, for the small bits of it, obviously your round nose, I mean, these are the standard round nose.
Yeah.
So if you use the base of them, you could probably get up to the 1/3 of the step on that one.
Yeah.
as I say, for me, it is just kind of being lazy. I don't have to think about where on these.
And that's why we're getting back in stock, because obviously we love them and they're so good.
And if you wanted anything bigger, you could use a pen or
pencil.
Yeah.
I think what else you got lying
sort
around?
Of skewer types.
Yeah.
Most of the things out
so
of the kitchen.
Use the reamer, you know, whatever you've got in the toolkit as well. Yeah. So we are getting those back in stock, because I know there's been a lot of inquiries about that. So thank you very much. Anything else there that we need to ask? Just lots of lovely compliments, darling. Everybody's loving your designs. Was there anything else, I mean, in terms of the design that you feel you need to point out? Just very briefly, I've got a couple of minutes.
Yes, there is a couple of things. With the bracelet, as we've been wrapping 3 wires on the necklace, that's actually 2 wires.
Okay.
So then, with having the links at the end, you haven't got any extra wires to worry about.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you just wanted a different look, wanted a bit smaller look, you can do.
Marvellous. So that was just the 2 wires there.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted a 3 into 1 with the 2 wires, then obviously you've just got 2 at the end to turn,
tidy up or do something
make a
with,
coil out of, or whatever you wanted to do.
And
then the earrings are slightly different again. Actually, it's almost the same as we started from with the pendant, without the middle wire. So we've got a loop at the bottom that we start with. And then it's just 2 wires going up.
That wire you were trying to persuade.
Yes. But that one is the 0.8 rather than the 1 mil. So it just sort of shows the difference in terms of thickness as well. Just made them a bit more delicate for earrings.
And then wrapped with the 0.4. Well, that's splendid. Thank you, darling. Absolutely beautiful. And the reception from the audience at home has been that they've been loving what you've been doing. So absolutely fantastic. Really, really gorgeous. And of course, if there's any other questions, you can ask us on our Facebook page as well. Or you can text us in on 60777, because we've still got an hour to go. And I know Teresa is working on the Metallic Magic Hematite selection. So we'll look forward to seeing some of those designs. Can't wait. Anything else that we can add to the design? I mean, what inspired you to begin with? I mean, how do you go about making your jewellery? Would you just play? Do you just lay the gems out?
Yeah, I mean, normally I tend to start with the gems.
Yeah.
And obviously with some of the kits, you kind of think, I want to put that particular gemstone with that one, and then this other one with something else.
Yeah, maybe go
and you
two
kind of
different
separate them out.
Yeah.
But I think with these, and actually with both of the selections, they work so well together. I wanted to put them all in together, and I think just having the green of the pre-night just freshens
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
against the gold and the darkness of the bronze. And I love the way you've solved the problem of trying to get a 3-strand, and then wanted a drop in there.
Yeah,
it's very innovative.
Yeah, and obviously if you've got, you know, the bigger drop beads or the pear-shaped beads or something, then they would work perfectly on their own.
Anyway,
as a drop.
Yeah. But beautiful. I just want to say a big thank you to everybody for all those gorgeous texts. Obviously we've not been able to show them all, but we'll show Teresa afterwards. We've been absolutely inundated. Absolutely inundated, and that's the truth, my darling. Loving your design. So stay with us for the last hour of the show. That's not the end. We've got the night show as well. So we'll see what else Teresa's created, and lots more still to bring you.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. from Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low, low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Here at the Genuine Gemstone Company, we are happy to announce that our studio store is now open. If you attend any of our courses, you can now browse through special items, get exclusive discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Become an exclusive customer at the studio store. For more information on available courses and dates, please contact our call centre. The new studio store. The experience just got better.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Book now to take part in The Experience. Take a behind-the-scenes tour of our TV studios, meet the presenters and learn about gemstones and jewellery. The price of £169 includes an overnight stay at the picturesque White Swan Hotel, a buffet lunch, refreshments and a 3-course dinner. Dates are limited, so call or email us now for an experience you'll never forget.
Join us on Jewellery Maker as we count down the days until Christmas. Stay tuned to see perfect Christmas gifts for all your friends and family at prices you won't believe. And what's more, anything you buy can be refunded or exchanged until the 31st of January. So for hassle-free shopping and great value, it has to be Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back, welcome back. We have an hour left of the show and we've got my star buy at 1/4 to. That's 10 metres of the silver coloured chain, 10 metres of the gold coloured chain, and that's my star buy with a 2/3 of a saving on one of those spools because we're bundling them together. So that's a 1/4 to 5, my star buy. I know you think Sarah's, Sarah? Who's Sarah? Teresa's a superstar, so we've got to have a catch up with Teresa and the hematite metallic magic later on. I'm dying to see that. But while we're on the theme of the wire work and the fantastic antique bronze, let's bring you a splendorific bundle. We've got 2 gauges of wire, 2 DVDs, and of course the wire work mandrel. We were just talking about what do you use if you haven't got the 6 bale tool, which we will get back in. Well, of course you can use your mandrel as well because we've got the round and the diamond and the square. So this is your wire work Jewellery Maker mandrel. Gets used ever such a lot here on the show. We've got the wire in the 0.25. Now I know Teresa was working a lot with the 0.4, but she went with the 0.25 we could do in terms of the wrapping as well. And we've also got the favourite gauge, the 0.8. So to create that kind of lily effect as well, or to create bauble effects, that took a while to explain to me, that one, didn't it? We've got the 0.8 and the 0.25, 100 metres of each of those spools in the antique bronze coppered wire. So let's give you a DVD as well, because if you haven't got Teresa to hand, as much as we love to have her in a living room, she's not always available. So let's start a DVD edition 1 and 2 in the Wirework DVD, and let's create an antique bronze wire collection bundle for under your tree or in your stockings. JUG C77. It's got everything you need to get started. Everything you need. Now to buy all of these separately, £47.75. Do you mind if I round up to £48? Forgive me the 25p. £48, £47.75 to be exact. I'm rounding up because that's easy for my brain to cope with. Great stocking filler to get someone started on the road to wire work, to get you making your lily designs with your little mandrels or little, I thought they were more like seahorses. Weren't they beautiful with the labradorites, the 2mm labradorites? So not £48, not £47.75. Today, JUG C77. Not £47.75, £34.95. So instead of 48, 35. So a £13 saving for a stocking filler or the main Christmas gift, you know, for someone who's a handy, you know, I often get the ladies are in today with Mark working on the macrame. And that's like, I've never seen such a big group. They're so quiet, they're so industrious. Can I just say there's 2 gentlemen in there as well. As one of the gentlemen is definitely doing the macrame work as well. The other one looks like a security guard, doesn't he? Bless him, sitting there. Making sure that they behave. Maybe that's why they're so quiet, I don't know. But if you often get the ladies and the gents saying, I've just lost my mojo, I don't know, I came on a course to have a refresher, to just have a new input. Someone like Teresa working with us just to give you fresh ideas, fresh solving of problems. Have you got your own Facebook page as well, Teresa?
I do, yes.
Can we know what it is?
Well,
sounds very surreptitious. Sounds like well, on a need-to-know basis only. For your designs as opposed to a personal family one, is what I meant.
I think it does come up if you put, it's Lily Tree, but it's got a hyphen in it.
Is that 1 L or 2 with a lily?
Well, it's 2 in separate places. Lily dash
hyphen,
tree.
Yeah, tree.
But the address I think comes up as in terms of Facebook is Lily Tree Jewellery. So
that will be Teresa.
Probably find me. Yeah.
Lovely. What we'll do is we'll get that link onto our Facebook as well, so you can get in touch with Teresa. And please get in touch with me. I've got my Facebook page as well. My face is all over it. Fiona Regan, presenter. I'd love to be able to help, and especially send in your text if there's something you want myself and Philip to bring you on the Designer Inspired Show. Tomorrow we've got a nod to the pearls and the gorgeous Queen of Pearls, Sheila herself, and of course the Queen of Pearls, Coco Chanel. So that is what tomorrow's show, part of the content is going to be. So I hope you'll join me between 1 and 5 tomorrow. But we'd love hearing from you. And that's another way to get in touch with us other than the text messaging service. So $34.95, great idea to get us on that journey to wire work instead of $47.75. So JUGC 77. Big savings there. Big savings and everything you need to get started. Let me do another starter bundle. Another great starter bundle. I haven't got many of these, so I've really only got about 36, 37, so please don't, low stock. I've already instructed Philip to try and do another starter bundle tomorrow, because I just think this is a great way to, have you introduced somebody new to jewellery making, Teresa?
I don't know.
What I meant was actually, have you well, I'm sure you have today, inadvertently, but have you actively sort of said, go on, give it a go? Your daughter or an auntie or grandma or a niece?
No, I did try and get my mum involved, but she was trained as a tailoress, and then when she retired, did a lot of craft work, so a lot of cards. Exactly.
So what happened there?
Yeah, well, I think she quite liked me making the bits and pieces for her. So.
I see, that old chestnut. That's like the cooking, isn't it? Oh, I'm rubbish. They do a rubbish dinner, and then so you have to make it all the time, and then they never do it again. Yeah. That's no good. What's your mummy's name?
It was Patricia.
Patricia, stop leaving it to your beautiful daughter Teresa to make all the jewellery. Come on now, you're a trained tailoress. You need to be getting involved. Let's get everybody involved now. DFGC08. Young or old, that's the thing about jewellery making. It's transitional. It crosses the age generation gap. It is something for everybody, male, female, young or old. And that's what I love about Jewellery Maker. We're your one-stop shop for everything. And if this is your first ever purchase or you're buying it for someone new, do ask for our free DVD, Get Started DVD, and our free Get Started booklet to enhance that journey and make it even easier. Because what we want to include in our starter bundle is, of course, your obligatory foam mat. You've seen those gems bounce across here. You need it just to start laying out your gemstones as Teresa does. That's what starts her on her journey for inspiration. You need our toolkit, our starter toolkit. This itself is $9.95, and in it are those round nose pliers, flat nose or chain nose as they're called, the cutters, the snippers, the tweezers, the reamer for those little awkward pearls or anything else that doesn't allow you to thread through. Little box there for your findings there, and your scooper, your gem scooper or silver spacer or fuss spacer findings scooper. So that is $9.95 on our own website. So you've got your tools there, you've got your mat, you're ready to get going. We've also got, because this is one of the easiest things to make. And again, I love it, and you see them everywhere. So we're thinking stretchies. So let's have 10 spools of the colour of elastic for making the stretchies. And it is literally threading through, knot, double over knot, and maybe a little dab of glue as an extra security precaution. So every colour there, pink, blue, brown, vibrant green, purple, orange, black, yellow, red, green. And we're going to give you our handy bag. A handy storage bag to contain it all in, to put your pieces in, to put your tools down the side, that's where you store them. Everything's to hand to carry around. And we're going to give you the tool station. You'll have seen it to the side of Teresa there. It's what you put your tools on to literally hold them in place. So you can just, as you've seen Teresa, just grabbing and going. There you go, the Perspex handy tool spacer. It's a permanent station then, you just have it on your desk at your side. And then of course, helping hands. This fella is a little demon. He's fantastic. It's got a magnifying glass. He's got the two little, what do you call them, Peter? Like clampers. I don't know. What do you call lobster
Crocodile
claws?
Clips.
Crocodile clips. Thank you. Thank heavens for that. There he is. So great for holding a piece of chain, doing close-up work, holding your strand, maybe even holding those cheeky little wires in place while you wire wrap. It's just a superb little extra addition there. Great for holder pieces that you want to attach to and drape from. Keeps it steady. You've got your hands free then to do all the other intricate bits. So we're going to bundle all this together. That's everything you're getting. Are you ready for a fantastic Oh no, I'm not ready for this. Teresa, before we even show it, give me a price guess on this. Knowing that the toolkit is £9.95, just say a price. What would be good? I know you don't know what it is, so don't worry about that. Go on, tell me what would be good.
I don't know, £30 would probably be good.
£30 would be good?
Yeah.
How about we halve that, Teresa? How about we give it to you for, what, have I got that right? I've said it now, $14.95. I know.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. We need to get on that phone now. Even if we're just saying, I don't even know who I'm buying this for. I'm going to get on that phone now. The time will come. What a great starter kit. We're only missing the gems, aren't we? Yeah. You can get those every day of the week with us here. On the night show, there'll be price slashes, there'll be fantastic bargains as well. I'm going to bring you some more gemstone strands. We've got the fantastic chain as well. I haven't got many, I'm very limited. I've only got about 36 of these DFG C08. You know the toolkit itself is £9.99. £1 for the foam mat, the 10 spools of elastic. How much are the bags themselves? I'm sure they were a tenner, weren't they?
Yeah, I got mine recently, and it's amazing how many pockets it really does have.
Oh, you need those pockets, don't you?
Yeah,
really, the Velcro
really
ones as well to keep the bits, you know, that you don't want to lose firm as well. Well, actually, Teresa's got 2.
I got greedy.
You didn't get greedy at all. You just look at it. Everything's in there. Not greedy at all. You need 2. And quite frankly, if they're £10 each, that's £20 alone just for those 2 there. So, come on, don't miss out. Great saving. Great starter bundle. They're flying out, getting really low in stock. Well, I was low in stock to begin with. So. Single figures, but we'll try and do another. We are going to do another starter bundle tomorrow because myself and Philippe have decided we're going to need to create another stocking filler, something that will be more than 36, please. Whatever you got in stock. Right, let's get into some boxes. Copper coloured wire, 100 meters, 0.25, beautiful colour. Think rose coloured gold, basically. This is my, just so you know, everything coming up now, under £10 for the next half an hour. I know, until I reach my under the sea. Yeah. Santa Claus is coming. Jed asked me the other day, how does Rudolph get his carrot? Random question. After Santa comes down and gets the carrot, obviously, that you leave for him, and takes it back up the chimney to Rudolph. I mean, this was concerning the child. How does Rudolph get the carrot? Because obviously he doesn't come down the chimney. How does Santa get down the chimney? I says, well, he climbs down, doesn't he? And if he hasn't got a chimney, he's got a magic key to get in the front door. But how does he get back up? I says, well, it's magic. Santa isn't magic. I says, yes, he is. I says, yes, he is. This is the conversation I have with my 4-year-old. This is what troubles him late at night when he can't go to sleep. No, 2 seconds later, he's like, VJJM10. You saw the designs we had earlier. It's mixing your metals, no holes barred. 0.25 in the gorgeous copper coloured wire. It's shining, it's gorgeous. Put that with all this lovely metallic magic we had. Beautiful. And that looks so pretty with your blues, those copper colours, the warmth, rose gold, lovely with your pinks as well, like your pink rosy quartzes. The warmth of that is so beautiful. Let's get your price. We know it's going to be under £10. Lovely to mix in as well, dare I say it, with your antique bronze. Lovely with the antique bronze, just mixing those 2 together. Beautiful, isn't it? Or try the tricolour, you know, like the tricolour Russian wedding rings. The rose gold, the yellow and the silver. Beautiful. $9.95 VJJM10. Moving on. My antique bronze copper crimp bead covers. It's a mouthful. There we go. You've seen a crimp cover, maybe you haven't, but they're the antique bronze. They look like little escargot, like little snails. Open, and then obviously you just pinch them together and they close up and look like a little bead, little round bead ball. So great for finishing your work, covering your crimp. And the other use, I mean, you can actually just close them up and have them around as like creating lovely spheres and balls, as it were. Doesn't actually have to cover a crimp. But the crimps, obviously, once you've, with your crimping pliers, once you kind of close them, they can be a bit scratchy sometimes on the neckline.
So these actually just give more of a professional finish. They stop that scratching. And like I said, you can close them up with your pliers anyway, and they look like a lovely antique bronze ball. Now, in the pack, there's hundreds, 50 grams. So we did count this, and I'm sorry to ask, I'm sorry to ask the question again. How many did we count? Was it 293? Was it more than that? I can't remember now as well. Someone's going to have to sit down and count again. Can you sit down and count again, please, for me? We could give this to to Jed or something. Mind you, I don't think he can count up to 400. Bless him. He's pretty good on his maths, but I don't think he's got into the hundreds yet. Mind you, keep him occupied for hours, wouldn't it? Alrighty, it's all part of the numeracy, son. It's all part of the numeracy. Just count these for me. 5 hours later. MOGP 26. So hundreds in there, basically, hundreds. 6.95, and it's 50 grams. Like I said, that is hundreds in the pack. 6.95. Lovely with that antique bronze wire as well. Like I said, they can be used decoratively as well as functionally for what they're intended, because of the way in which they look like a sphere, little ball accessory when they're closed up. Alrighty. Rose gold plated, so beautiful with that wire, but this is rose gold plated 925 silver eye pins, and these are 4 centimeters in length. I've just got the wire out again just to show you how pretty they look together, because I mentioned the rose gold look. So they look beautiful, don't they, together? Yeah, perfect, aren't they? Yeah, perfect match in terms of the colouring. Really beautiful. So these are sterling silver with the rose gold plating. 20 of them. DIG P17, DIG P17. So you're investing in the real quality here. And there's a lot, 4 centimeters is a lot, especially if you're creating your own chain, like we've just done with the wire with Teresa. Because of course, once you created the other loop, you've got all that extra bit that you've cut off, and you make another loop and another loop. If you're as thrifty as Teresa and Sheila and Linda, you know exactly how far that will go. Create your own rose gold plated silver chain. 20 in the pack. Precious silver with rose gold plating. $5.95, yeah. Well under £10 in our under £10 section. So great value, investing in the precious metal, going for your quality. Sometimes that's what you want to give certain pieces, that edge. Beautiful. Alrighty, on to my next. These are all under £10. Now, I showed you the crimson frosted shell pearl rounds. Do you remember them earlier on? Well, now is the time. I'm going to put them with those green ones as well, because that is Christmas. That is Christmas. Yeah, we showed them with the big, beautiful 16mm round obsidians that I was obsessed with. That's holly, isn't it? So both these strands are coming up. I'll bring you the coral reds. So, so pretty. Shine, colour, and there's a wonderful sort of pearlescence of the shell as well. Those gold pearls that we had earlier. Or were you lucky enough in our metallic magic section? These are brand new today, so they're the perfect pop for the festive season. Did you get the gold? Hematite. These are for you. I'm afraid they weren't in the hour. I know Teresa would have loved these with the hematite, but they came too late in the day, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. They're brand new today. She found some red wire though, so she's all right. She's happy. Oh, that with your silver and ice wrapping it in that lovely lily effect that Teresa did with the ring earlier. I mean, just look at that with the gold. Isn't that beautiful? Were you lucky enough to get the bronze coloured hematite and then the gold coloured? Oh, hello. What are we thinking? Oh, yes, please. Kissable, that. Kissable. Beautiful. And again, brand new today, under £10. Love them. Look at the size of them.
gorgeous, $6.95. It is that colour pop. It is that vibrancy. It's that hollyberry red. It's just so striking. So striking. I don't know if you're thinking about, sorry darling, sorry Ryan, for your decorations. Oh, do you know what? If I could have a garland, it'd be the most expensive. Oh, can you not see that? Oh, look at that, berries on the tree. Beautiful. They're gorgeous. Look at the shine you're getting off them. Oh, they're stunning. Get 2. Get 3. 2 is not going to be enough. 1 is definitely not enough. $6.95 is definitely not enough. These are brand new in. It's the colour pop. There'll come a time when you need them. That with black, gorgeous. Any of the hematites, $6.95. 1's not going to be enough, so I'm going to save you the heartache when you're looking for these next week and they're all sold out. NXGP81. Remember, you've got your money back guaranteed to the 31st of January. So you have to make sure you get these. Those with the greens as well. Oh, Chimakuchi. Gotta be done, isn't it? That sums up Christmas. Should we do the green ones? Let's do the green ones. Let's do the green ones. Let's do it. These are big. They're green coloured quartz. Oh, look at that pop. Plain only in the sense that there's no faceting, but there's nothing plain about the effect and the beauty of this dark bottle green. It's a beautiful green, isn't it? It is the evergreen colour. The coniferous colour. They're big, aren't they? Brand new today! Hurrah! We need both. We have to get both. Oh, it has to be done. Gold chain, silver chain coming up. Don't miss out on that. It's unraveling itself as I speak. Oh no. It's all just too exciting. It's all just too exciting. Oh. Ooh. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh. Gotta be done. You've seen it. You want it. I want you to have it. Still see if there's any of those coral red ones left. I know. Are you ready? CCK Z10. Get both. That is Christmas summed up. Don't know if you're making your little table decorations or your own jewellery to wear or to give away or... They've got such... See, that's that lovely satin. And then, yeah, that vibrant, very emerald rich colour, isn't it? Really emerald rich. Beautiful. But of course, big surface area, big baubles of gem quality. $6.95. 455 carats of our green coloured quartz. Now there's a bit of a queue on the phone, but you know, no queues on www.jewellerymaker.com. Just be successful, buy more than one so you don't miss out. On to the next. On to the next. Here's a threading pack. Again, another great stocking filler. Yes, because we're thinking Christmas, so we're thinking all the reds, obviously. So you've got 10 of the organza lovely berry red bags. You've got threading materials in both the silver and the red beading thread and the white and the red elastic. And you've also got red organza ribbon. And you've also got sterling silver ribbon cord ends. Yes, indeedy. 1, 2, 3. Lovely little cheeky little stocking filler for a jewellery maker there. Sorry, 4. Is there 3? No, there's 4. 4 ribbon cord sterling silver ends. And I've seen you use these to make, obviously to use on the end of the ribbon, but also to take apart and use the carabiner and then use the chain. You could make earrings. So there's 4 of those sterling silver ribbon cord ends. There's a lot of chain on there as well, isn't there? A lot of chain. Funny, I've just seen how they look sort of dangling. I quite like the tasselage of them just dangling. Like a funky tassel, isn't it? They're lovely. Just a bit of dangle there, just a really funky dangle. Limited edition. Limited edition, limited stock.
It's all limited, but we're not going to limit you for DWGP 61. Little cheeky threading bundle there. $7.95, 10 of the wee bags, which we know is beautiful for presenting your jewellery and giving off your jewellery. Beading thread in the red, the festive red in the elastic. You've got the red organza ribbon. How much of the red organza ribbon have we got, darling? That's the only thing I haven't said. Is it 5 metres, 10 metres? 2 lots of 5. And sterling silver ribbon cord ends there. $7.95, just those ribbon cord ends would be brilliant. I bet it's 2 lots of 5. $10 meters, yeah. It's always worth a check. 2 lots of cut it to 5 meters, so 10 meters of your red organza ribbon. Little cheeky findings pack there, love it. But I'm very limited. Alrighty. Oh, double metal punch hole maker. Ah, so it's a take on your paper puncher, isn't it? Hole maker. Star maker, hole maker. Yeah. What can this, have you used this, Teresa?
I haven't, but I want one.
What can it, I'm just wondering obviously there's a range of materials it can go through. I'm just wondering what it can't, or, because obviously it could go through most things. I just wondered in your experience, because I've not seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously the sort of tags for the stamps, sort of sheet metal basically, it will go through, and that's what I'd be using it for. At the moment, if I'm trying to make a hole, I've got sort of a proper kind of punch that you hit with a hammer.
Oh, yeah.
But it does take quite a while, and
yes. The thing is here, you can keep it steady with the actual guiding down of that, rather than because if you misdirect, your hole's going to be
and you find you can't just kind of hit it once, you've got to hit it several times, so it could actually kind of skid out of the...
So this just gives a firmer direction and a better hold. So there we go, so we know it can do the metal there. So if it's done the metal, it'll do pretty much anything then after that. So our double metal hole, but again, another great gift idea, because I bet there's loads of people out there like Teresa who are using the handheld, just using the actual little, I don't know, what would you call it, the pin, and then hammering that. But would love this, be so useful. Get that direction firm and direct and focus the first time, right time, every time. 895 XCGX06. Okay, moving on. Never Knew Today strand. Serpentine topped drilled marquises. These are beautiful leaf-like shaped gemstones and a very gentle pastel leaf-like colour. Serpentine takes its name from the serpentine look, the snakeskin kind of pattern of the actual gem itself. And these are very, very subtle. It's a very pretty gem. It's not a gem you see very often. You're getting lovely. Can you see just already the difference in the colour and the tone on one strand there? Beautiful. I mean, I just hold it up against my red top. Beautiful with red again. And those leaf-like shapes creating gorgeous flower motifs, marquee shapes, but they're like little leaves. It's like a milky apple green, lovely with pre-night. I'm just thinking of those gorgeous greens, lovely with the pop of red. If we just get those red corals out again. Just adds another dimension, doesn't it? Gorgeous. These are brand new today. EBGP 72, a mere $6.95. Would also look good with these autumnal sunset golds I'm going to bring you in a moment. Really beautiful. Aren't they gorgeous with that? I think that's even better. Yeah, my carnelian strand in a moment. That would look really pretty as well if you managed to get the 0.25 copper wire that I started with for under £10 these parts. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, let's do it. Gorgeous tonality in that carnelian. I'm going to bring the carnelian on for you now, but that's Serpentine EBG P72 brand new today. Don't forget my precious things. My beautiful silver and gold colour chain coming up at 15 minutes. This carnelian is gorge, absolutely gorgeous. The range of tones in there, the orange, the reds, the ambers, the gold. They are sunset colours, aren't they? Yeah, different tones of lovely fruity berries, really rich. Yeah, fire opal tones in there, gorgeous with fire opal actually. Just stunning. The sky looked like that this morning before I left Yorkshire. Just, oh, the pinks and the crimson and the oranges. Love carnelian. Especially if you like Teresa, who loves the sunstone as well. You know, there's marmalade rich, sometimes more nude tones, because sunstone can vary between those two camps. But this is DC, she's too busy working, she can't be looking at me. DCGP 25. She's busy with a gizmo. Are you ready for your price for the brand new carnelian and its rich sunset colours? £8.45. I know, crazy talk. £8.45. Oh yeah. Now for an absolute all-time favourite, which you can never have enough of, which your stocking needs to be busting full of. My bead stash. Oh, is there any of these left? Goodness, absolute bestseller. Oh, we're so limited, so limited. I really didn't think I'd see these beauties again. We had to fight for your life, just to get these on air again in time for the festive season. I love them, mixing those metals. These are one of my all-time favourite scoops. The rose gold, the silver, the yellow gold, the gunmetal. 310. Don't and ah anymore, because I can't guarantee you this again. They are going to sell out. VWAZ, it's a given, because I'm even amazed. I'm truly, wholeheartedly amazed I even got to see them today. So it really is last chance saloon on your bead stash, your diamond cut frosted round brass beads in the silver gold, rose gold and the gunmetal finish, with that lovely sphere that is polished around. Oh, over 300. Please don't rest on your laurels on that. I know we've seen them in the past. No guarantee again, I'm afraid. They are gonna go. It's gonna be today. $9.95. Do you love these? I love them.
I do, and I think particularly for spacing out and making more of the gemstones.
Yeah.
But they're so nice in their own right.
Aren't
as
they
well.
just? They're so pretty in themselves, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think the gunmetal ones particularly just
that's a bit different, isn't it? Yeah. But I'm thinking of the silvers of the hematite. I know you picked one of your strands earlier, but the hematite with that, just if you want to add that extra, but even just mixing it up with the others as well. It's just like you said, that colour is just unusual, isn't it? The bead spaces, the sort of the antique gunmetal colour. Please don't miss out. It really is now another great stocking filler for a keen jewellery maker. VWA Z68. Tell you what, you need to put it with that cheeky little stash. You know what goes beautifully with it? Yeah. And then of course you could have had, so now we're just missing a bit of, what about that? Oh yeah. Now we're rocking. Now we're ready. Alrighty. Loads and loads of texts. Thank you for those today. It's been lovely to hear from you. There's been so much back into the show. I'm sorry we didn't get to talk to you. But rest assured, we've been reading them and enjoying them. Here's my beautiful Snow White. You see? Pop that. Let me just do this for you. Have a little look at the white. And then we're going to be cheeky. Pa-da! Pizzazz! Oh, I've got to put those down. I've been told I've got to put those down. We've got my bridal collection, my Ice White, my Snow Queen collection. GIG C77. Now, what have you got going on? These are sensational, aren't they? These are my quartzite flat drops, 560 carats, 3 centimeters by 2 centimeters. I mean, I'm just thinking of one of those in a ring would be magnificent, wouldn't it? You know, or in a what, darling? Or in a tiara, yeah, just like a little fan at the front. Then, and I adore these, the lovely white frosted rounds, the 10mm, 270 carats. Moving on, we've got the large 530 carats of my white magnesite rounds that are 14mm, with those little rivers of smoky brown and silvery colours running through them, giving us a speckled egg effect. And then our white shell trilliant beads that are 12 by 12 puffy shell trilliant beads. So a real Snow Queen flavour, but the star for me is those frosted quartz, the quartzite flat drop. I think they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You know, if you put those with, you know, a little bit of icy blue, just, you know, mixing it up. Oh, chimicucci. Oh, yeah. Snow Queen, icicle, popsicle. Try and bring as many of those as I can. So please don't miss out. You see, you might think, oh, I don't want it all white, but then you start to pop. Now, I've totally muxed up those, never mind, good job I know what gems are gems, she says. You'll have to tell me what's in each box, because I've just mucked them all up. Now, buying these all individually, over £30. Not today. Not today. Look at these dynamic. Oh, I'm liking it as a choker kind of effect as well. The way they layer up. Oh, liking that a lot. See now the difference, down or up? Which do you prefer? On the necklace, I prefer. On the necklace, I prefer down, but on the cuff, I prefer up. Beautiful. Love those. Not £30 today for the Frosty Snow Queen. $19.95 GIG. No, GTG. GTG C77. No, so £10 off. £10 to put towards some of those pretty pearls or some of the hematite. If we can recap at the end, because I can see the gorgeous jewellery that's been made. You're gonna love it. You're gonna want it. You're gonna need it. Ice, ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Ice, ice, baby. Beautiful. Let's move on. Let's move on. Under the sea. What do you want me to do, beautiful? Yeah. Why not? Amazonite graduated matte finish pear drops. This is my under the sea section, so we'll try and fit in as many as we can because they were beautiful. Oh, I've just got to very, very briefly. Oh, excuse me. Sort myself out and pick up. Look at it with the chrysoprase. Oh, yeah, that rare, beautiful chrysoprase, very rare form of quartz coming up, but right now the matte finish Amazonite drops that are gorgeous. They look so pretty as well. Oh, they look like sort of a Kendall mint cake. Other minty cakes are available. What about layering over the big white quartzites? Whoa! Beautiful. Yes, we've got my star by looming, so quickly. 100 carats. $7.95 FRRU 34 $7.95. Beautiful, and I think particularly beautiful with my chrysoprase. These are my chrysoprases. They're very, very, very rare form of quartz. Thank you, because they're beautiful. Put those with some lovely. Oh, look at these. What are they? Dolphins? Top hats? Clouds? I don't know. What are they? Whales. Oh, we'll definitely do our whales in a minute. They look like Groucho's moustache. I don't know. You reckon? Groucho's moustache? Oh, I see. Yeah, I can see the whale now. Sorry. Takes a while, but I get there eventually. I couldn't see it because I was holding them the wrong way up. Of course they are. It's like Shamu the whale. Oh, anyway, back to my chrysoprase, because this is gorgeous, gorgeous quality, and I rarely, rarely see it. This beautiful green apple colour, it's the nickel impurities which give that chrysoprase this gorgeous cryptocrystalline, rare attribute. So very rare in nature, and as well as being exceptionally beautiful. Very hard to come by for jewellery, but it's been around since the Middle Ages. So just one for the Libras, for the Geminis, for the Cancerians. I get a lot of it from Australia, especially the Queensland area. Sometimes it gets sold as Australian jade, but it is chrysoprase. It is a rare form of quartz, and it often gets earmarked as Australian jade just because of its resemblance to that gorgeous green gemstone. But this is very striking, that green apple colour, chrysoprase, potato patata. JYRU82. Please don't miss out. Such a stunning, stunning colour. Again, it's like that malachite. Boom, bang, thank you. Just woof, look at that. That's a bit different. Should we do the whales? Let's do the whales. I've only just seen what they are. Not Groucho's Tash. And we do want to do them a star by. I've got him upside down again, haven't I? Where's it? Which way? Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Huh? There he is. Finally, he's diving. Yeah, Shamu the whale. I don't think Shamu's around anymore, is he? But maybe his son and daughter are. Just gorgeous. They're actually not completely black. There are some lovely sort of gold and brown tones in there when you start to see through them. These are just so different, aren't they? Just a little bit different. Under the sea, hence the little theme. And on the strand itself, these are brand new. You get, gosh, there's loads on there. Let me hold them the right way round. 240 carats, 3, 6, 9, there's about 10 on average. Let's hold them up like that. Let's hold Shamu the right way so you can see him, because this is just, otherwise you're missing the point. 3, 6, 9, yeah, there's 10 on the strand on average. There they go, they're all swimming in the right direction now. Make a beautiful mobile, wouldn't it? RDG P70, black agate, whale-shaped beads. 10 of them working out at 79 pence each. I know. Fantastic. Just a one more before my star buy. Good luck on that. I've never seen the whales before. RDGP70. Jump on that. Oh, I love these because I held them up with the Amazonite and they're sparkly. My colour-coated chalcedony in the blue. Just lovely sparkle. So pretty with the pearls as well. Do you know, we said earlier, do you remember actually, it was Teresa who said, put that rainbow-coloured hematite with an electric blue dress. Oh, she knew what she was talking about. Yeah, it's really gonna pop. Just beautiful. How gorgeous is that? Talk about show-stopping. But I'm limited. Gorgeous high-end strand with a sparkle. Oh, with a chain. Oh. Gorgeous with the gold. I like it with the gold. I like it with the silver. Sounds like that supermarket advert, but I like this one, but I love those adverts. 125 carats, OMRU 64. Are you ready? Beautiful and sparkling. And then I'll bring you my star by, which are those 2 chains. That's what I popped in with the Snow Queen. That's what was colour in the blue, the ice blue. That's what we popped into the conundrum. Yeah. We will bring a price, LURU83. Well, it looked like it to me, darling. I don't know what box I got it from. I haven't got anything else like this. Diamond coloured quartz. No, that's here. That's that, darling. We haven't got to that. You think you found it? Because I haven't got anything else like this, apart from the drops, which is Mystic Coated Colours. We've got them. We're all right, everybody. We're back on the same page. It's all right, everybody. Don't panic. Now the graphics have gone kaput. We will give you. Oh, it's $12.95. There you go. I won't keep you in suspense. £12.95. Does anyone remember what the code was? RUG, was it, or something? Oh, BDRU 44. £12.95 for those sparkling sensations. We got there eventually. It's all right. It's a live show. These things happen. What can you do? These things happen. £12.95. Perfect. Shall we do the start by? Start by. Yeah, let's do it. 20 metres. 20 metres. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. 10 of the silver coloured. 10 of the gold coloured. Oodles. Oodles. And lovely. Can I just show you the detail of the chain? It's wide to a small figure of 8 to wide to a small figure of 8. I don't know if you can see that. So the open wide link to a small figure of 8. The open wide link to a small figure of 8. I'm limited. I'm saying limited. I've got a good 120, but we are given 2/3 off. You know, to buy one of these, we're taking it down to 1/3 of the price. Let's get the price out as quick as we can, so as many of us as possible. These should have been £26, £25.90 to be precise. But I'm taking a big fat whopping price reduction off for you today as my star buy. I know. So I know £9 off. £9 off. So you're getting one for £12.95 and the other one for £4. So there you go, £8, £9 off. Was it £8? Sorry, darling. So you get one for £12.95 for another £4. So just, you know, 2/3 off basically. 20 metres of chain. It will last a long, long time. Beautiful. There's a lot there to play with. Move my hand out of the way. How do you use the chain in your designs, Teresa?
Well, I use chain a lot.
Do you?
Around the back, basically.
Yeah. Well, like you did in your design, it came from about here around to the back, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, personally, I've never really liked having a lot of kind of bulk around the back anyway. Back
understandably,
of my neck. And obviously, it makes the gemstones go a bit further if you've got
it
the
does
chain.
indeed.
But I also quite like trying to sort of get it into the designs a little bit more.
Yeah, which is very much in vogue this season, isn't it? Lots of length and bibs and bit of chain with your gems and layering up and gorgeous.
Yeah, and a lot of people shy away from kind of putting the different colours together.
Yeah.
And I have started kind of just mixing it up a lot with the different metals, just because I think it gives it something a little bit fresh. So it is worth
definitely mix
just try it.
Yeah. Go the gold and the silver. Exactly. We were throwing all the rules out the other day, so let's do it again. Yeah. There are no rules. That was the rule. There are no rules. It's Chain Club. $16.95. The rules are there are no rules. COGC61. A little bit of a queue on the phone line. Only of about a minute, 60 seconds. So please bear with us. We want you to be successful. It's again another great filler for someone who's a keen jewellery maker. Another great set to have in your stash. Let's face it. Massive saving of over £8 there. So it should have been £25.90. So 10 metres, 20 metres of chain. So one 10 metres for £12.95, another 10 metres for £4 basically. Yeah. So that is our biggest chain saving I think we've ever done on the show as well. So we've never had that 20 metres and one of them go for £4. So not even our wire. Do you know what I mean? And we've done some great wire bundles there. So please take advantage while there is stock availability. It is my star buy. We've got to have a catch up with the gorgeous Teresa. I'm going to take my chain with me, so we'll talk a little bit more. I'm going to take my hematite as well, so we can get the hematite that Teresa was using. And we'll have a chat about the designs that she's made. Look at me, blinging myself up like P. Diddy. Right, to me big mug as well. And we'll get some of the hematites up as well. I'm just clearing the decks before the lovely big dog bad dog comes along. Right, what do we think about this chain? I mean, it's just something I've spoken to you a little bit about. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Sorry,
Have a little look. Have a little look.
Been so busy
Feet.
trying to finish off the
I
necklace.
know, darling, I know. You
Oh,
don't
I
get time
love
to-
those links.
Yeah, it's like a figure of 8. How would you describe it? It's like a big link, then a figure of 8, then a big link.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's almost like the big links have been kind of just sort of twisted around.
Oh
the
yeah,
little
that's a
ones.
much easier
Yeah.
way of explaining it. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah,
So that saves
that's
a lot
lovely.
of faff trying to do it yourself, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh well, I wouldn't want to try making. I do make chain a little
Well,
bit.
as we saw, yeah.
I wouldn't want to be trying to make that.
There we go. Save the aggro. But I do want to see what you have made. Oh, look! Sensational, I think, is the word that springs to mind. Mixing it. Now, you chose our 1995 bead stash. At the bottom of the screen, JAGK40. Sorry, JAGK10, 1,200 carats. And that lovely weave, that is beautiful. How stunning is that? And then using the ribbon cord ends, I'm liking that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a simple ladder weave, but because you've got the elongated beads there.
Standing proud.
And yeah, I mean, that coating is just does so much of the work anyway. You don't need anything more complicated.
1995 for that box of 20 pots. And then we had, and in that pot you had the round silver ones as well. So you've used great effect here.
Yeah.
And one of the hematite strands, the faceted, was it 11mm I think, or something, or 12mm faceted rounds?
Yeah, again, I
Gorgeous.
wanted to just kind of do something a little bit different, and obviously red with it getting a little bit festive. I thought that was worth just kind of, putting the reds and the greys together always works.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Gorgeous. I don't know if there's any of those strands left, but we'll see if we can bring you the graphics up. We'll bring the graphics up for you on the screen because that's also been used to great effect in the necklace. I can see them there with, and this gizmo, this is what I caught you doing earlier.
Yes.
We've got look at the wire. Isn't that fantastic? The turquoise, the gold. This is why you can never have enough wire.
No. Well, I was trying to match in the wire colours with the
rainbow colours,
the rainbow hematite, yeah, just to kind of match it up a bit. But it was a little trick that I found a little while ago with the deluxe gizmo.
Oh yeah.
3 of the whatever you call these bits, the cranks. If you use the biggest one, the middle one, and the smallest one,
Yeah.
they will actually fit on top of each other.
Oh, that's fantastic. What a good idea. I was just about to ask you that question. So how did you, so they just slid into one another?
Yeah, so they're all done separately. They should be quite a tight fit, and you might need to kind of screw them together, screw it
Yeah.
in. If it isn't, one of them did kind of move, then the one on the outside you can just pull round a little bit to tighten it up so it
Right.
stays.
Beautiful. And it's all on beading thread, I take it, with the
Well, that's on memory wire.
memory wire, sorry.
But I put a sneaky clasp on the back because it wasn't really quite long enough to hold itself. And obviously the hematite's quite a weighty bead, so it was just going to kind of pull it off otherwise.
Right. Fantastic. So that wire was a gauge, was 0.4, was it, darling, or?
Through it is the memory wire.
Oh, the memory wire. Sorry, you
Yeah,
did
it's
just
the
say that. I'm
necklace
so
memory
sorry,
wire.
sweetie. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry you did just say that. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So our hematite faceted rounds, the grey ones there, the silvery grey ones that we've used in the ring with Teresa, and that she's got dotted here through this rainbow torque. It's almost like a torque necklace, isn't it? At the bottom of the screen, $6.95. Oh, sorry. And can I just say the chain that Teresa's got here, we're low on stock. Well, how many? 20 left. We started with 120. There's less than 20 left.
Chain.
What do we need to do? We need to buy it. We need
Oh,
to
yeah.
go on the phone. Teresa, will you come back again?
Yes.
Because
I'd love
everybody
to.
loves you and everybody
Yes.
wants you to come back again.
I'd love to.
We love your designs. We don't want you to go anywhere because Big Dog Mad Dog is with us for the evening show. What's special about tonight then, Big Dog? What's the eye opener for you tonight? What's standing out for you?
Exclusive giveaway.
Exclusive
Bridal
giveaway?
Bundle.
A bridal bundle,
Giveaway.
oh, which translates beautifully into our Snowy Queen atmosphere. So fantastic! A bridal giveaway on tonight's show. So do you know when you're back with us, or by any chance, or?
I think I'm due back on the 2nd of December.
2nd of December, make a date in your diaries. I'm back with you tomorrow between 1 and 5. Our nod to Coco Chanel and the Pearly Queen herself, Sheila, is with me. But don't forget, stay with Ed Dog, Big Dog, Mad Dog, because he's got that bridal giveaway, which would time beautifully with the pearls I'm going to do tomorrow. And you can extend that rolling over that one postage packaging price. Thank you to Teresa, thank you to you, and we'll see you again.